those who will win the World Cup. You want the top 5 who will win the World Cup. Okay, first I'll tip my own country, Ghana, Brazil, France, Argentina, then Portugal. This is the top 5. I believe in me that they can do well in this World Cup.
Okay, thank you. First of all, top 5 countries. I will choose Spain first. Second by France, England, Portugal, Argentina.
Why?
I want to say recently in Spain, I'm champions of Europe. And I heard Spain guys now. Obia Beje World Cup, no. The last time I was Spain, winning World Cup, it was South Africa, no. Now our Barcelona players, Makumako, almost about 9, 7, and they started our national team. Omunyina also started our Barcelona national team. It is almost national team no. Obia also boma wonim dia ode there. I remember another example. German. The last time a German winning World Cup. Na German, I was Bayern Munich players almost best 8 or 9. Omunyina started with Bayern Munich. And he from our national team. Omunyina ko started with national team no. Ekobasa awunya players 10 about the same club. Ya omo ba national team omo san be started. Omunya bo a obi anim de ode there. So what am I saying? Spain now recently we just Spain team ne kura wo dey bana. They have young chaps. The likes of Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams and the rest. So and now almost 9 players, 9 or 8 almost free Barcelona there. But the same thing and they call South Africa. It is Spain a favorite. England now me too soon for the third. England a media hype. England media hype. I mean, set the example about the likes of Anthony Gordon, Marcus Rashford, and the rest. You know, media and I'm hype. Come, Anthony Gordon and can reach 70 million euros. A media hype. Maybe a Barcelona fan, but we are all praying. Say, everybody there, everybody famano. To me, no, that's my opinion. Spain is a favorite. Argentina. So Argentina, I'm not building a national team no Atletico Madrid. Tell me the can't catch it. Say, we club be our better World Cup now. I'm more best 7 or 6 players are starting with the same club. Okay, Atletico Madrid. Argentina building the national team with Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid, our best 6 players are equal up for Argentina. Yeah, we now starting with Atletico Madrid team. Omunyina also started Argentina national team. It is a surprise no my boy for so many years. No muso boma. Omunim de omode there.
Now offer your top 5 countries.
Okay, Ghana, Spain, France, Argentina, and Portugal. Oh, like ball more born like a swing, like on bomb home modern. So what I say like. The style of play cry FA. And a bonus omunimbo. Almost answer experience. We in your first time. Omu perform your World Cup. My back to back. And see, that's what I see from them.
Me to me no me say Argentina sanje. Argentina 1, Spain, Portugal, England. Maybe I'm the Brazil account. Then time Argentina again say. On defending champions. On the last year, players now. On the last 4 years, and on like 4 binary. I be from Argentina a favorite. So bet my Assange.
So, what top 5 countries do you think can make it in the World Cup?
Me countries are first of Portugal, France, Argentina. Morocco is a favorite. And Ghana, their team are away there better. And JJ
For us, I'm going to need it. Ghana. Because I papa ever fear you so yeah. And then who say kita team pa. Yeah, Ghana. Me choose Ghana first. Now I choose Portugal second. Now I choose Argentina, German. Now I feel the last one I choose England.
Number one, Argentina, and Portugal, and Brazil, and Argentina. Ghana so count. Yes, me clone Ghana, me country Ghana count.
5. I want South Africa to win. 1 South Africa, 2 South Africa, 3 South Africa, 4 South, and 5 to South Africa. Because I like them, the way they are. I see myself in them, how they do their things, the piano and everything. I just love South Africa, and I want them to win.
The top 5 countries you're expecting to do well in the World Cup?
Oh, for my side, my favorite teams, I have 2 by 5 there. I call my Portugal, first one. That's my top ranking. Then I call France. Then I call Croatia. Then last one I'm Ghana.
Okay.
They say me Ghana. They say me I'm choose Ghana. Shim.
Argentina be qualified for World Cup. Because Argentina for no or more quality players. So what I say, yes, Argentina for me and yeah, Spain for no. It's a bit magic. Cap no if you say omuno players. Ewo where ayinu pa. So what I say, if you say omuno on players no. Omo quality players. Omo the ball. Obi who say yes. Players ni we players ni ball. They say they need one kind, but media 2 teams play. Me mount 5 teams country be 2 countries. Argentina, Spain. Media no.
First of all, my first team on person winning World Cup there, England. The second team, Portugal. Third team, France. And US. So we born home more than Kakra and Croatia. Top 5 person born home more than World Cup. Oh, man, who say England? But the past 12 years, England or World Cup we are performance near fine. But I say on team in Kofanas, but England or Conanima, Croatia or Conanim. Until I'm who say Umatima Comani I could do finance.
Oh, actually, Ghana there. We say Ghana there. 5 countries there. Ghana is my favorite winning. Say it back of finance. Ghana, Argentina, Portugal, England, and Morocco. I think Africa country, 2 countries. Ghana, Morocco.
Okay. And now
top 5 crown 2 pe. Mexico ni Ghana.
Today in Mexico and Ghana bet me winning.
Yeah, in Mexico, there was some borders go more. Rather than Gasa, Shisha to us or man, I see no more. On no first second year for first. Why?
First, because of home support. Mean team Chaga number. Second team, Spain. We share Spain. Materials Ekutam, players Ekutam, almost some your favorites. Third, France. Wow, we did that. Defending champion. Fourth, I'm saying Argentina. Argentina, social place Ekutam, so I'm so bomb Muhammad. My last team, and Belgium. Belgium, so because of Dokunti, almost the support Tomopa. By Ghana there, Capone there, Yakwa Jaba. We say Ghana tournament na yokon, Obi against here. By any against in a dear day, ya double born. Pitching is in a bed day. A bachelor, Timisu, Argentina.
Yeah, me pick France, Spain, Germany, so, and then England. So yeah, England. So, look at team. And Argentina, so yeah, Argentina so beat me aji. Ghana the ebia beat me akoye nim de bet. Nigeria ne de yan kasa obi a nim ya kasa beje kura na ye dada ye ho. yɛbɛbɔ yɛ ahomɔden deɛ bet ɛhɔ deɛ ebi a ɛnum yɛkɔ yɛ anim no like progress bi ba ɛne yɛbɛhu deɛ yɛbɛka bɛsi sɛ deɛ yɛntumi nka sɛ bi a Black Star bɛgye World Cup anasese da bia ne deɛ ɛnyɛ adwuma.
Okay, World Cup na yɛkɔ deɛ yɛ ba yɛpɛ 5 countries on bɛbɔ mo homɔden a 1 Ghana ka ho, 2nd ɛna England, 3rd ne yɛyi can say Brazil, 4th na yɛyi Spain, na 5th nye Portugal. So 5 countries we na mo homɔden pa na World Cup no ɛnyɛ krabɛhwɛ na team so a yɛpɛ sɛ ɔnye ɛyɛ Portugal ɔno de ɔnye bi da 0 nti yɛpɛ sɛ 0 nso gye World Cup ni bi na ɔne Messi yɛpɛ because achievement a Messi di beat ni na ɛyɛ World Cup bibia obia wo bi ba achievement a Messi di beat ni pa ɛyɛ World Cup nti World Cup yi me bɔ mpa yɛ sɛ Portugal mo homɔden na ɔmo nyinaa nkambom na ɔmo mboa 0 na 0 nye World Cup ni bi na ɔne Messi ɛnyɛ pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛwɔ World Cup ni team so a me pɛ sɛ ɔmo kɔ final ɛyɛ Ghana ɛne Portugal na Ghana yɛ pia cup no bɔkɔ de ama Portugal yɛ de yɛde ba NDC for bɛsɛ no nti na yɛn pɛ sɛ yɛde bɛba nti yɛn fɛma Portugal for na 0 njibi na ɔne Messi nyɛ pɛ.
Your top 5 countries to do well or to win the FIFA World Cup?
Yo, World Cup na yɛ kɔ ne deɛ me medical ka kyerɛ me nkɔ me nanfo nyifo nyinaa sɛ countries ebetuma agye World Cup no 5 countries ebetuma agye baako emu baako betuma agye Ghana ka ho first one obi obetuma agye first Germany, 2nd ka ho Spain, 3rd France, 4th Ghana obia any enda so say Ghana afiwe yɛn afi World Cup with Ghana yɛgye aba Ghana ha wa woni say wo de wontimi wo de wonni gidie no ba bi gina do twato Argentina 5 countries betuma agye World Cup no ana kan Africa Ghana ne lipo betuma agye ka ho mo yɛ dan ya Ghana afiwe afi yɛbɛgye World Cup no yɛntuma anye kura na yɛbɛwura ba bi a ebe obia surprise say Ghana
Black Kwame me plache mo nkoro so born na yɛbɛbɔ the first 5 countries na wo kan de me de me twisu Brazil, France, Germany, and Argentina. Na last one Morocco. 5 countries no. On beat me ajibo cup no. Except countries no American.
Match ni na tournament ni na mbewie yen. Dey na wo hwe ni.
Dey na me share ni.
Say World Cup ni na bebewie yen. Dey na wo hwe ni.
Okay, so football there, I can't say, I can't pa boom. It's definitely no. You know, a more spread unity among ourselves, you know. And I say more you know where na you know, like unity no, abe more you know from.
Okay. First of all, I said don't come out to jump. Your boss on your assassin. On your bedana say second so yena Euro John Dramani Mahama e won in boss pony nyama wo ye ma timamufo e o mai mu ene ye nwan mo fi South Africa timi do mo buy e dana say e to aso nko World Cup yi mu brother me dia me hwe pa say nye betimi asise Ghana e betimi agi cup no ene dia no matter what ya dia e beje
your top fan baby no dia na we expect efun
say minya insamboni ebia film say work for ntokwa ni ade o dia bezuhwe mu nya no me pese ye bewie World Cup no na asumwie ababoko na ada say Spain Argentina ebu baako ade World Cup ye de yenka ho bi
whole expectation for World Cup nankasa Spain.
Spain. For me, I will go for Spain.
For the whole 2036 FIFA World Cup.
Say, me predictions then can say, Yeni Ebia Argentina and shower finals, and any Spain and shower finals. That's what I'm predicting for.
My expectation is to see South Africa win the cup and play Amapiano final Nakupenda at the final. I want South Africa to win.
Emu bɛyɛ den because teams no be well prepared into no yenim say yeah emu bɛyɛ den but ne nyinaa mu Ghana ebetimi akɔyɛ nim.
What are your expectations for the Morocco versus USA match?
Morocco versus USA, me there. Morocco be winning.
Okay. So what are your expectations for the whole 2026 FIFA World Cup?
Okay, me there. Me a Ghanaian. I'm proud of my country, Ghana. Me feel say Ghana on winning match, first match, or winning first match, Maya. Yani be Jesus, me your hope. Say cup we the Ghana.
So what's your whole expectation for the 2026 FIFA World Cup?
My whole expectation. I hope Ronaldo to win the World Cup. That's my expectation for the World Cup. For Ronaldo to win the World Cup is my biggest expectation.
So what's your whole expectation for the FIFA 2026?
My own expectation is I want to see a good football playing. The referee officiating should be well. And one thing I'm assured that all the teams, there are 48 teams, everyone went there to do well. So we want to see good officiation.
We are still here at GhanaWeb TV. It's the 2026 FIFA World Cup broadcast. And right here is Belgium's game against Senegal. And we have in the studios my pundits Ben on my far left and then Victor like we did in the game against England and then DR Congo. But before we delve into the main game, let me acknowledge our sponsors: Rush Energy Drink, DSTV, Melcom, Kinori, Usla Enterprise, Just Chinese, Milo Furniture City, Emlyn Logistics, Lizzie Sheto. And once that real Ghanaian hit in your meal, grab a pack of Lizzie Sheto, the hot pepper sauce that tastes like home, made with shrimp, fish, and 0 preservatives. It's spicy, rich, and full of flavor. Perfect for rice, kinky, wache, and whatever meal you want to have it with. Lizzie Sheto is spicy, available in shops and supermarkets near you. For bulk purchases, call 0501 683344 or 0501 550998. Glyco, a dream is more than a wish. It's the business you are building, the home you are investing in, the family you are providing for, the future you are working hard to create. At Glyco General Insurance, we understand that every dream represents years of effort, commitment, and hope. That's why we are dedicated to helping and protect the things that bring those dreams to life. Whether it's protecting yourself, vehicle, home, businesses, or valued assets, Glyco General provides reliable insurance solutions designed to cushion you against life's unexpected setbacks. Protect that dream today. Download the Glyco General app to sign up or call 0501 447694 or email at customerexperience@glycogeneral.com or visit any Glyco General branch near you. Glyco, we are cushioning you for life. Guys, another African team on the horizon. It's Senegal, Belgium. We have few minutes left before the main game starts.
Yes, we've suffered some casualties with regards to African countries' performances at the Mundial, and then it's now time for Senegal to give us hope that yes, there has been one or two eliminations, and they have what it takes to give us the sort of performance that we need, that will put Africa on the map. Yes, Senegal coming up against Belgium. I think, if not the fact that some names, a couple of names that Belgium have, they have a couple of names: Doku, De Bruyne, the Catalari, and then a couple of them. But I think they are not playing together. The overall performance of the team is not up there compared to what Senegal have provided or shown us during the group stages. They lost to France, they lost to Norway, then they defeated Iraq with that heavy scoreline 5-0. But then, if you are looking at performances, they showed and proved that they can play together as a unit. They have that compactness in terms of defending. They are very potent up front, and so I think this shouldn't be a game to stress us. This is a win for Senegal to, I mean, claim in this game. You've seen how Belgium struggled with all some of these players. Most of them are past their prime. You could talk of the 2014 where they had their golden generation. I mean, the Eden Hazard, the De Bruyne at his peak, and co. We have Doku here who, I mean, someone might say or argue that he also in his peak form, but that productivity and that support that he has at Manchester City, that he's able to conjure that magic is not here there in the Belgium setup. So I think this shouldn't be a game that Senegal will struggle. I think it is a win for Senegal. It is a game that if Africa, we are looking at teams to qualify in terms of the permutations, the opponents that they are playing against, Senegal are in a very, very good position to qualify this evening.
Well, Victor, Senegal arrived at this tournament as one of the African best teams, but their first two games showed signs of a weak team, but then they gathered and then got the 5-0 win over Iraq to get them as one of the best 13 places to the run of 32. But do you think they have what it takes to take down this Belgium team, also who has like part of a very, they were also not good in their first two games?
Yeah, I think the talking about the group stages for Senegal, it's been very difficult to say Senegal didn't really perform in that group they were in, because when you look at the teams that were in that group, you have France, 2018 World Cup winners, you have Norway that have got array of quality players likes of Erling Haaland, Odegaard. That's a quality team by our standard, Nusa and the rest. And there's a certain Iraq. By no means they are no fluke in that particular group. So, I mean, it was always going to be difficult when you close your eyes and ask for the obvious favorites in that group. They will tell you that France definitely leading the pack. Then some people will give chance to Norway, and I think that is how exactly played out in that particular group. But the big stake is that, I mean, they are out of the group. They are now here in the round of 32, and they are facing huge slayers in Belgium. Belgium themselves, like you already said, this World Cup, the first two games far from impressive, but they've been able to step up on the pedal where they trust, I think, Iraq, they trust other team in their group to make it to this stage. For me, the most important thing is who knows how to play the knockout stages best. And I think Belgium has got a lot of experience. In the last 16 international matches, they've won 10 of them, drew 5. So it should tell you of their pedigree. And when you also look at their squad here, the Catalaria, Kevin De Bruyne, you talk about the other players. Yes, they were far from being impressive in the group stages, but I tell you, this is where the big boys, will definitely come to the stage. As for Senegal, I think they have the quality, but again, it's unfortunate that the African side is being matched up against one of the most quality teams in this tournament, and let's see how that plays out. Anybody can win, just like the DRC game and the England game. I think this game between Senegal and Belgium, it can swing to either side. I'll not be surprised if Belgium win. I'll equally not be surprised if Senegal win. The most important thing is that doing the basic things, defending well, taking your chances when they fall to you. And my problem with the African team is that they take the early lead, sit back, and in a dying embers of the game, South Africa, I think 90 plus something, they consider that goal. You talk about Cote d'Ivoire against Norway. Look at the time they consider. Talk about the DRC, the game we just saw. So that is the problem. If they can find their head around that situation, then I think they should be good to go.
Ben, talking about star players, Sadio Mane, one of the standout players for Senegal, but it seems like he's not had a very good 2026 World Cup tournament.
Yes, I think with the experience that he's coming in with, he's, one of the most experienced players playing for this side. And so you would expect him to step up most of the time. But you would also agree with me that the Sadio Mane that we knew from Liverpool, since he's moved from Liverpool to Bayern Munich, he hasn't been the same. However, if you look at his impact, he's been very, very impactful when things are not going their way and the players seem to be demoralized. He is always there encouraging them, giving that yes. And it's somebody that the players look up to. There's a young Senegalese side who are endowed with talent. And so apart from his performance, individual performance, he gives you that bit of leadership which is driving and propelling this team. And so, regardless of the fact that you've not really seen him, like the days where he was playing with Mo Salah and then giving us those, I mean, interesting moments in games, he still gets you or gives you that sort of quality in terms of leadership that you want to galvanize these young boys and making sure that they are able to show up, at the biggest stages. So yes, Sadio Mane has been very impactful.
I think to add up to what you said, I don't think that there are certain players in this World Cup. I don't think they are in the tournament to play good football. I don't think they are into, to show what they have shown to us maybe in the last 3 years. And Sadio Mane is a clear example, 34 years. And by African man, if they tell you he's 34 years, you should know that he's around 40 something. So his legs are tired.
Yeah.
You don't expect him to run. But what you get from him is leadership on the field of play. And again, he doesn't need so much, touch of the ball. He just need 1-2 at the right place, and then he'll be able to punish you. But so far, so good for the Senegalese national team. I'm proud of what they have been able to do so far. But Morocco be watching keenly because of the African Cup of Nations final, that situation. In fact, Senegal needs to prove to all of us that they didn't beat Morocco in that African Cup of Nations final by fluke. They still have the quality.
Well, Lukaku came on against New Zealand, scored a goal, and then made an assist. Doing that, he became the most, goal involvement at Belgium since 1966. 6 goals and then 2 assists. But for some reason, looks like Rudi Garcia does not fancy him in his attack. Always picking, the Catelari ahead of him on, numerous occasions since the World Cup started.
Well, I think that the other concern about Romelu Lukaku, you should equally appreciate Lukaku's age, and you should appreciate the fact that he's been in the system for quite some time. What happens is that in most of this tournament, most of the coaches, because you need a bit of energy, a bit of fresh legs, a bit of energy. So you want to risk and go for the youngsters. The Cadlaria, he's got a quality. He's 25 years. At least he has the pace there. He can be able to. You understand what I rightly said that some of the players in this tournament, they are not into play 90 minutes. They come into the game. They come in with experience, and so some of these guys, you equally need to manage them very, very, very well in this tournament. I think that is what Lukaku is providing to the Belgian national team. He don't need to play 90 minutes. He comes in at a very important time, comes on the field, and fulfills the instruction of the head coach, Rudi Garcia. And so far, I think that with the experience under his belt, he's been able to do that well so far.
Former head coach of the Black Stars said, Kwesi Appiah, when they feel tired, when the opponent is tired, then he brings, the fresh legs on. But it's almost time, so let's go for the predictions. Ben.
So a bit of the Lukaku bit.
Yeah.
See, I was rooting for Belgium in the last World Cup, 2022.
Yeah.
You remember their last game where they needed just a goal to qualify. De Bruyne was serving him with all the balls, all the chances, and he was extremely wasteful. So if you're a coach, you are coming in and looking at this player, although he's been somewhat useful, the performances or the record with the national team in recent time, it clearly tells you that he's not somebody that you put, all your eggs in when it comes to the players to expect when you get to the biggest stage in world football. So yes, I think I side with Rudi Garcia's strategy in managing Lukaku. I think it's the best way to go. Scoreline, they seem to be tricky.
I think you had your
yeah, the first one right. Yeah,
2-1. I actually had it. I mentioned 2-1.
2-1.
And I told you that
he said
I told you I was
I
said two things. I said one, the game will never go beyond 90 minutes.
Yeah.
We will not go into extra time. Second one, anyone who will win, immediately DRC scored. I said if England will win, then it will be 2-1. I don't know if you remember.
That's when they scored, but initially I predicted 2-1.
So this game.
Yeah.
So this game.
Yeah, so this game.
Senegal will
win.
win.
Get it right.
Yes.
But
I mean Senegal will win, but they will score more. I expect 3-1. Maybe 3-1 or 3-2.
For Senegal?
Yeah.
Well, that means lots of goals.
Yeah. Because
Victor.
Senegal.
It's difficult to predict because of the side they are facing Senegal. Honestly, I want Senegal to win. But when I also just look at the Belgium team, it's difficult to not to give them a chance. I think, like I said earlier, it's an open game. Senegal can win, Belgium can win. I mean, these teams, they've got the qualities. It's not like the Cape Verde versus Belgium where you can say Belgium or no. I think these two sides, anybody can win this game, any of them.
Frank, Victor
Any of
should
them.
give us a score. You know what I said?
don't-
I said Victor should give us a score.
Unfortunately, I'm not on the field. I'm not one of the players, so I can't give you a scoreline.
Okay.
Well, but I expect goals. Expect goals. First half, I expect 1-1 or something like that. I expect 2 goals in the first half.
Play safe.
I expect 2 goals in the first half.
An interesting prediction there from Ben and then Victor. But the game is about just a minute before the referee blows his whistle to start the game at the Linfield Sports Stadium. Senegal facing Belgium and aiming for a spot at a round of 16. Sadio Mane and the shots there. And in no moment from now, referee Said Martinez will blow the whistle for the game to start. The countdown is on. And there we go. Belgium kickstarts the game at the Lumen Field Stadium in Seattle. But ball goes out of play and it will be a goal kick for Senegal right from the restart.
And you know what? Let me tell you one thing that we can bet coins on. If you are watching us, there will be cards in this game. If the players misbehave, there will be a lot of cards, more than 5 cards. This Honduras referee knows how to give out yellow cards.
Ball cleared out. And it will go into the hands of goalkeeper Diao, who has replaced Eduardo Mendy since his injury in the group stages. For Senegal, Diao is in the post, Diata at right back, Sis, Niakate and Jekos in defense. It's a 3-man midfield, Diarra, Ghana Gui and Papa Gui. In attack, there is Sadio Mane, Sa and Dan Ndiaye. For Belgium, Courtois in his 4th World Cup tournament, starting goal, Castani, Michel, Tiati, Di Cooper in defense, and in midfield, Tillemans and Van Aken, Trossard, De Bruyne, and Jeremy Doku, who went away for a brief moment to see his wife give birth to their first son. And then the Ketelari leading the attack. A cross comes in from Sadio Mane, but it's been headed away and neatly dealt with by the defense of Belgium. Nice 1-9, but it's been cleared away once again. Ball all the way to Thibaut Courtois in his 18-yard area. Ball still with Thibaut Courtois. Sends one to Tiati, who finds the Cooper at the left-hand side. Now Jeremy Doku goes past his marker and then all the way back to Michel. Now the Cooper at the left-hand side, galloping for a sense across to Jeremy Doku inside the box, but it's cut back. Intercepted brilliantly there by the defense of Senegal. Sadio, ball. Now Sadio Mane goes to the right-hand side, find Ndiaye, the Everton man, coming for it, trying to beat his man. Can he? Goes back, finds a pass to Diata. Now Papa Gui. Diata once again. Ndiaye. Back to Diata. Leaves it for Sis. Switches play to the left-hand side, finding Mane, but that was an overhit pass. And it goes out of to a throw-in.
Yeah, I think so far, so good from both teams. You see that they are not in a haste to transition play. They are taking their time, they are relaxing, they are trying to study the shape of each other. And I think that is what both managers are trying to do at the moment. It looks like this game is going to be the midfield battles. The team that will win the midfield battle is the team that is going to come out on top.
And Timothy Castagne intercepting brilliantly as Sadio Mane Look to gallop with the ball inside the box. Now Sis finds Nyakate. Now Jacobs. Back to Nyakate, deep in the half of Senegal. Switches play to the right hand side to find Ndiaye. Diatta. Can he get past his marker? He does. Goes back to Ndiaye. Ndiaye back again to Ghana again. His teammates at Everton. Ndiaye. Ndiaye once again goes past one. Pass to, can you unleash one? He does. That been cut away nicely. De Bruyne. And now Belgium looks to set an attack. But it's been broken down. Senegal. Sis brilliantly goes past De Bruyne and tries to lob one inside, but that was an overhead pass. Goes all the way to a goal kick.
I think Senegal so far trying their best to get the early lead as soon as possible. With the way and manner in which they are getting on the ball and then trying to break through the Belgian defense, I think that they are doing well. But in terms of possessing the ball, we've seen it. Ivory Coast have shown us the Barcelona type of possession, but you know how it ended. So please, in as much as they are trying to possess and dominate play, they should try to be more direct. It's very, very important. Once you have your moments, you have to be more direct. Try as much as possible to get the goals, and then hopefully you can relax and then settle in the game.
This is the first ever meeting between these two sides. A cross comes in, intercepted by Sis. Now wait for an attacking throw in deep in the half of Senegal.
Yeah, like I've said, I know that Senegal will see most of the ball. Already they have bossed the ball around 25 times. And I don't think that is what is important. What is important is finding the back of the net. That is why I fear the Europeans. They may not possess the most of the ball, but 1-2 clinical chances and they finish it off. And that is where the African teams have been struggling so far.
One few opportunities and the Europeans will make it count. But so far, Senegal have been the dominant force, forcing Belgium back. Courtois, deep in his half. Finds Thiat. Now the keeper sends a long one in, looking for Jeremy Doku. But safely into the hands of Dia. Now Nyakate. Sends a long one to the center side, finds Mane. He's been brought down and referee blows for a free kick against the captain of Belgium, Tielemans.
Yeah, once again, I think that's a briefing space for the Taranga Lions, and very important from the, one of the most experienced players in the side. He, in fact, Sadio Mane needs to up his game today, especially for the round of 32, because we've already seen from the other big players that they are stepping up when it matters most, and I'm expecting Sadio Mane. He may not have the best of game during the group stages, but in this game, I expect him to step up and against some of the players he's played against before.
Out of the 4 African teams that have played in the round of 32, including Senegal, only Morocco have progressed so far, beating Netherlands on penalties to advance to the round of 16, becoming the first African nation to qualify in back-to-back knockout games at the FIFA World Cup. De Bruyne. But ball has been taken away from him. GhanaWeb in midfield. Goes back to Gueye. Now Jacobs. Back to Gueye once again. Nyakate finds Sis. Still with the ball 6. Back to Nyakate. Inside the half. Tries to switch one in, but it's been intercepted. Trossard. Sends a through ball in, and now Belgium has a chance here. Ekatereri. But too many touches there. Trossard. By his effort. Well saved by Diao.
So, in as much as the Senegalese are trying to attack, I think they should be very, very careful in the defense. Any loose ball for these Belgian side, they could be punished at any time. And so it's very, very important for them to have their awareness when they have the ball in their own area.
Now Senegal will launch another attack. The attack. Back to 6. Who finds Ghana Gwe? Gwe. Back to 6. Now creeping the attack. Can he keep the ball in? He can't, and he will be out for a throw-in for Belgium. Now,
yeah, I think the manager is up on his feet and he needs to be up on his feet. Don't forget that he was part of that 2002 squad when Senegal reached the quarterfinals for the first time, and was also part of the squad that won the 2021 African Cup of Nations as a player before he became a manager. So he needs to, in fact, the team needs to feed on his experience as at now.
wow. De Bruyne finds Jeremy Doku. De Bruyne once again tries to cross, swings one in, a header comes in, but it's been once again dealt with by the Senegalese defense. Papagui goes past his marker and finds Jacobs, but referee calls it back for an infringement on Papagui. And Kelvin De Bruyne, bringing memories of his days at Manchester City. That was the shot there from Trossard.
Yeah, again,
easily guarded.
Great positioning from the goalkeeper, Mori Diao. I think that so far he's been very, very lovely in between the two sticks for the Senegalese. Interestingly, you know what? Interestingly, Mori Diao and then Mpasi all play for the same team. That is Le Havre. And you know who is the first starter? Mori Diao for Le Havre. But if the second goalkeeper, that is Mpasi, you understand. So that should give a bit of pressure to Mori Diao in this game.
A cross comes in, but it's been headed away by Michel. And Senegal have an attacking throw-in the half of Belgium. Jacobs will try a long throw-in here. Sends a long one inside the box, but it's been headed away, and Castani deals with it. Trossard, beautiful touch there to get away from his man. But it's been forced back to Courtois, and Courtois will clear the ball. Niakate has it away, but finds the head. Now the keeper, Van Aken, Tillemans, but too many touches there, and the ball has been taken away from Niakate all the way back to your goalkeeper Dia. Niakate once again. It's been more possession from both sides.
Yeah.
But they are failing to create any clean-cut chances.
Yeah, I think more possession, but I think Senegal have had huge benefits of the possession. I think 62% with just 38 for Belgium, but that tells you how quality the Senegalese side has been. But the worry is that all these possessions they are having, are they really playing the ball in their own half? Are they even getting to the target man, Ismail Assar? And the question is no, they need to find him in those places.
Well, a chance comes in, and shoot! Belgium almost conceding the first goal there. Ismail Assar getting the ball caught in between his legs.
Absolutely. I was just talking about the target man. That is Senegal's all-time top scorer at the World Cup final. 3 goals, and already in this competition, looking for his 4th one. I think great
Courtois had a touch of it, but then it fell to the feet of Ismail Assar, but couldn't guide it inside the post. Did all he could.
Wow, I think it's so far exciting stuff from the Africans. I'm always excited when the African teams are playing this way. You know what? If it's not a knockout stage and it's supposed to be like a league format, you realize that at the end of the day, most of the African countries should be topping. But unfortunately, it's a knockout phase we are in now. You lose, you are out. And that is what seems not to be helping us at the moment. But if it is about taking a game to our opponent, I think the Africans so far have shown that we've got the quality to do that.
Sadio Mane Nine starts to bring the ball down and finds Ndiaye. Ndiaye at the edge of the box. Sends it to Nyakati. Papa Gui rather sends a crossing, but it's been blocked by Trossard. Now Gui finds Papa Gui at the left-hand side. The cross comes in, but once again, Belgium dealing with it. Gui goes back to reclaim the ball, and it is a throw-in for Senegal. Then 14 minutes of play, but few chances created so far. Well,
yeah, I mean, few chances created so far. But I think Senegal, I mean, have looked more impressive. The only problem for Belgium is that anytime they have the ball around the, the Senegalese 18-yard, it seems to be a bit of worry because the players they've got, the likes of the Catlare and all these players, Leandro Trossard and the rest, top players. They don't need so many balls around the Senegalese half. 1, 2, 3, and they punish you. But for Senegal, they need to make use of the opportunities they are getting at the moment.
Well, 34% of ball possession for Belgium, and Senegal having much of the ball, but have failed to test Thibaut Courtois in post. Now De Bruyne finds the keeper at the left-hand side. He's been forced back and finds Thiat. Now Tielemans back to Thiat. Switches to the right-hand side and finds Michel. Tries to scoop one into the path of the Castagna. A chance for Belgium. Belgium dealing with that through ball there from Sadio Mane and Ismail Assar. Unfortunately, couldn't get onto that pass there.
I was just telling you, look, the kind of players these two teams have, it's difficult to say Belgium will win, or it's difficult to say Senegal will win. It's an open game. Anybody can win this game. Just look at how they are playing. This is not like, an underdog tag
No
game.
one is scared of the other.
It's not even about no one is scared. If you look at the profile of players they have, they match each other. I don't think there's any player in there that is not a big player.
The Catlari finds his captain Tielemans. Now Trossard forces his way past his marker. Scoops one in looking for Jeremy Doku. Passes once again at the back to tie it up neatly. Nyakate lets fly and clears the ball. And finds Ndiaye. Ndiaye, can he go past his marker? He does. Ndiaye still with the ball. Papagui to the right-hand side. Now Kerpin Diatta. The cross comes into the box. But it's been headed away now. A chance for GhanaWeb. By short. Not troubling Thibaut Courtois, the experienced Thibaut Courtois.
Yes, I think Senegal have been all over the place. I still maintain that they should win this time. I don't know, but if they lose, then,
and that's miles over the bar.
If they lose, I would be really disappointed. I mean, not trying to undermine the quality that Belgium possesses, but I think that with the kind of team chemistry and cohesion that this Senegal team have, they should be able to win this game. And I mean they've proven with their possession record that they have recorded so far. Doku hasn't really been in the game. I think they've really marked him very well. Not necessarily even because he's not had the ball to do what he's capable of doing. But I think the back line have been very solid. And then in terms of when they lose the ball, they are able to gang up on the Belgian players and make sure that they retrieve the ball as early as possible. And that is really helping them. The most important thing is that they should make the moments count. They should make the moments count. They've had, one or two moments so far. They should make it count so that when it swings to the side of Belgium, and even if they get a goal, they will still have the lead or the edge to get it over the line.
Well, if Senegal is winning today, then they would have to dig deep, because in the last 16 games, Belgium remain unbeaten. Would have to go back as 2025 in March when they recorded their last loss in the UEFA Nations League against Ukraine, a 3-1 loss. And since then, they are yet to taste a defeat. So Senegal would have to dig very deep if they want to get one over Belgium.
Absolutely, absolutely. It just tells you the credibility of this Belgian team. You may not like them. They may not play like the 2018 team, but absolutely ball quality all around. And so far so good. I want to see what the likes of Jeremy Doku, who's bringing the ball forward now, what he's going to do.
De Bruyne, Belgium at the counter attack here. But De Bruyne's pass intercepted by 6. Now Mane. Senegal's turn to mount an attack by the referee. That's an offside there from Sadio Mane. And he should be careful there with the referee.
But interesting, talking about the referee, I'm surprised he has not flashed out any yellow card, but don't underrate him. More than 4 yellow cards in this game is still possible. Yeah, more than 4.
From 5 to
I'm telling you.
Well, we had 20 minutes with no cards.
We've just played 20. We just played 20.
But there's no any
that's what I'm saying. There's no physicality so far in this game. Immediately the game gets to that level where we are beginning to see physicality, I think that this is the time we will chop.
Jeremy Doku sends all the ball back to his defense. Neon Tillemans switches play to Castagni. Can he keep the ball in? He does. A cross comes in. A header there, but couldn't get all the connection needed on it. And now Senegal tried to launch a counter attack there, and it's Tillemans who's been penalized there by referee Said Martinez. That was a chance there from Senegal to attack and find spaces. What a beautiful spectacle there.
I think the Seattle, the area is very the pictorial view, very beautiful. When you are inside this kind of edifice, your spirit comes alive.
Man needs to travel.
Yeah.
Man needs to have a feel of this kind of stuff. Ghana Gwe. Now Niakate. It's been casual possession from both teams. And I think they are not leaving anything for the opposition side to feed on.
Yeah, that's what you do. If you want to win a game, you rather attack more. Don't sit on the tentacles. Because the more you sit on the tentacles, there's a likelihood that one of the chances of your opponent will find the back of the net. So I'll not be surprised if Senegal take the lead in this game, because the more they keep getting to the final third of the Belgians, one of the balls will end up at the back of the net. So the best way to defend is to attack, and that's what they are doing at the moment.
Sadio Mane scored his first World Cup goal in 2018, but failed to add to his tally because at the 2022 World Cup, he had an injury. As a result, was not present. Senegal crashing out of the round of 16 in 2022.
And that's unfortunate, isn't it? Because at that time, that is 4 years back, he was at his peak. You get it. Quite unfortunate. Sometimes football is just not fair to some of the big boys.
Beautiful play there from Sis. Now finds Diatta. Can he let into the box? He does. Papa Gueye scored 2 goals against Iraq. A cross comes in. At the feet of Sadio Mane. Keeps in it brilliantly. Sent across. Has been well marshalled out of play. And it's a throw in for Senegal.
I think he has space to try and shoot. I was thinking that he would shoot. But I think it wasn't a bad one. Just that the players weren't in the right position to connect the ball. And so, yes, Senegal are still trying to get the lead, and they are doing the right thing. However, I think they need to push more men forward, try and make sure that they create chances up front. Belgium know that they are having their moments, so they will allow you to possess. The most important is that they will make sure that they will prevent you from scoring. And once they're able to do that, they get their moments, they will be able to punish you. So the earlier, the better for Senegal. Once they get their moments, they should be able to make it count on the score sheets, not just the possession statistics.
Papa Gueye has a magical left foot. Scored 2 great goals against Iraq. And then a belter against Morocco in the AFCON final, which they won/lost. Sadio Mane sends a crossing. A header comes in. Hits the post and the rebound has been put in by Diarra. And Senegal lead 1-0 with 25 minutes on the clock.
Absolutely, absolutely. The best way to defend is to attack. And like I keep saying, the most the Senegal holds the ball around the final tail of these Belgians, the likelihood that they'll concede one is very high. And I like what the Senegalese are doing so far. Take the game to them. That I'm believing that after scoring these goals, Senegal will not retreat back into their shells. They'll still keep the game open and try to attack the Belgians, because you know what? They've got the quality to do that throughout the 90 minutes.
Habib Diarra arriving at the place at the right time. A cross came in from Sadio Mane, headed onto the post, and the rebound. There was Habib Diarra, the Sunderland man, guiding it into the post pass. Courtois, who was lying helplessly on the ground. It's Senegal who take the lead with just 25 minutes of play here in Seattle.
I mean, it's something that we expected. I think I've watched the Belgian side a couple of times, and I mean, I really didn't like the kind of performance that they put up. That's why coming to, I watched Senegal's last game, which they were quite impressive. And so coming to this guy, I know that if they are unable to qualify, then I think that it's their own doing. They will beat them, or they should beat them hands down. This is not, I mean, something to bother about. But if they are able to keep their heads up and then try to attack, for them, I don't think that sit back thing works for them. For the matches that are, for even against France, they will open up and play against you, unless their chances don't count. Once their chances count and they get the goals, they will keep attacking and they will keep scoring.
Habib Diarra scoring in back-to-back games. Got 1 goal against Iraq in the final group matches, and now he's added another 1. Now a very important goal for Senegal.
So I've told you, I will not be surprised if there are 2 goals in this first half. The first one has been scored. I don't know who scored the next one, but I think this first half has got 2 goals. But I pray it will be Senegal who will find the back of the net for the second time.
Papa Gueye anchoring things in midfield, finds Nakati, who goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Diao, just outside his 12-yard box, and at the edge of the D, sends a long one into the half of Belgium, looking for Sadio Mane. But Sadio Mane couldn't keep the ball into play. And referee blew the whistle for the first hydration break of the half. Senegal leading by 1-0, kind courtesy of a Habib Diarra goal in the 25th minute.
Yeah. And hydration breaks change the dynamics of the game so many times from what we've seen so far this World Cup. We see teams that are trailing behind, and then after that, this quick 3-minute break, they come back, and then there seems to be a lot of change. We see teams who, seems to be on the right foot before the hydration break, and then when they return back, they seem to be struggling. But I think that, there will be maybe problem about the hydration break, but I think it affords the coaches the opportunity, to reevaluate their tactics and anchor certain messages to their players that maybe perhaps standing on the touchline shouting to them, they may not really get it. But when they are closer to you, you get opportunity to teach them again how the positioning of your opponent. And I think so far it's been good for the Africans. We want as many Africans in the round of 16, because that is the only way African can get closer, or African team can get closer to lifting the World Cup. And so far so good by Senegal. The quality, this golden generation of Senegal, they need to leave something for the people.
Well, Ben, we saw Congo take the lead against England, about 4 shots, and then in the dying minutes, they gave the lead up to England. What should this Senegalese team do now that they have the lead?
I mean, maintain the same shape, they maintain the same momentum, as we said about DR Congo, but unfortunately, 60, 70th minutes when Tuchel effected the substitutions. I mean, you could clearly see that it had sort of positive impacts on his team because he had more quality coming on while DRC were subbing off and then introducing less quality players. So yes, I've watched them even when they lost against France. First half, they were the better side. Even when they were losing, they don't change their shape as in sitting back or, I mean, adopting that sort of defensive style like we've seen other African teams play. This is a team where they believe in what they are doing. They believe in the quality that they possess. They believe in the coach and Pavia, what he presents and brings, his in-game management and everything. So regards to what other teams did or how they were able to manage manage the game, I think this is a very different Senegal side. Norway, I mean, they were losing. They were still opening up. They maintained their shape. If you beat me, you beat me. This is not a side where they will come back. So I strongly believe that they will be able to hold on to the lead, get more goals, and then, I mean, eventually sail through.
For Senegal, they've recorded just a win in their last 5 games. That one coming up against Iraq, their last group game. In the World Cup, they've conceded 6 goals, scored 8, and now 9. The 9th coming from Habib Diarra. Play restarts with Belgium. Fiat goes to the left-hand side, finds the keeper. Back to Michel, just at the center circle. Michel Castani goes all the way back to Fiat at the center circle. Fiat so the ball sends a long one to the left-hand side to the keeper, and a fan has jumped onto the pitch, and proceedings have been brought to a halt as security deals with this fan who has jumped onto the pitch.
It's not the first time, or
I think so.
Yeah. There's no Leo Messi, Cristiano anymore on the pitch where you're coming to. I mean, trying to hack a key player like
it's a bet made.
Yeah. No, let me tell you interesting. You know, I would not be surprised that throughout the group stages, if there have been situations where fans have jumped onto the pitch, but the quality of the foreign media is that they don't expose those aspects. I think it's unfortunate.
If I hadn't even seen it, we wouldn't have known that.
Yeah. In fact, in the Euro, Italy, England, the Euro final, you know, immediately the fan came onto the field, they switched.
Yeah.
It's only in Ghana that they still keep the camera on the fan for everybody to see.
And the
I think,
shouting,
yeah. And earlier there were criticisms. I mean, it was an awkward moment in games, and you are showing it on TV. It wasn't pleasant. So I think it's a good thing.
Now Belgium restarts play. Doku at the right-hand side comes to the middle and finds Michel. Castani at the right-hand side for Belgium. Goes all the way back to Fiat. Senegal making it very difficult for Belgium to break into their half. Doku, can he go past his marker? He does. Is that a foul? Referee did not buy into the theatrics of Jeremy Doku, who went down immediately, goes past his man.
There seems to be contact. Yeah. Which obviously impeded him from making progress.
The attack finds Ghana going midfield, driving forward. Diarra finds Ndiaye. Now Ghana going. Sends it all the way back to 6. Now Niakate just outside the center circle. Finds Jacobs. The left back. Now Niakate once again. Goes all the way back to 6. 6 just inside the center circle. Papagwe sends a long one looking for Sadio Mane. There was too much behind the ball, and it's out of play for a goal kick for Belgium. 34 minutes of play, and it's Senegal leading by 1-0.
You know, So far so good for the Senegalese national team. Papi Gueye is doing so well. I think that Niakate, they are really doing well. I mean, they are holding on to the shape in this game. I think if after the hydration break, you see what the Belgian coach Rudy Garcia has done. He has switched Jeremy Doku infield a bit because once Jeremy Doku gets the ball in front of the Senegalese 18-yard and with his his quick feet, he can cause a bit of free kicks for them, and those are such pieces that Belgium will need in this game.
Kevin De Bruyne. 3-1. Nice pass through, but the Qataris pass has been intercepted and it's out of play for a throw-in for Belgium. Castani. But the referee calls for a restart. Castani does it, finds Jeremy Doku. Goes past his marker and finds Kelvin De Bruyne. Doku again. Can he drive forward? Jeremy Doku. Goes past one, inside the half. Now, Kelvin De Bruyne wanted to thread a nice ball to Jeremy Doku. But it was intercepted. Belgium still with the ball.
I'm surprised Jeremy Doku wants to go that way. He thinks he's playing the English Premier League. You are playing against an African side that, they will eat their banku, their eba. These are strong guys. So these people eat proper fufu, the pounded one. You can't expect to just go past them like that. If you go past them, they'll drag you back. So he needs to be careful not to injure himself in the process. He needs to be careful.
Fitz. Now Tillemans. Back to Castagne. Goes all the way back to Michel, who finds this at the left-hand side. Sends a long one. Looking for Trossard. He gets him, but it's been headed away brilliantly there by the goal scorer. Diarra galloping forward. Goes past one. Diarra finds Sadio Mane, who has pockets of space in front of him. Now in Diarra. Papagwe switches play to the left-hand side, finds Jacobs. Back to GhanaWeb. Fixes a shot and finds Papagwe has been brought down by referee. Plays the advantage. Mane wanted a free kick rather. Mane inside the half. Can he unleash one? He does. But that was a feeble shot and into the safe hands of Thibaut Courtois.
So you made mention of the fact that Mane has had minimal impact. I mean, this wasn't the power behind the shot that you would expect from him. It's okay. So I think there was some sort of a block that also reduced the power as well. But I think he could have done better. But yes, kudos. As I said, they are maintaining their shape, trying to attack as many as possible, get the chances, and then they will try and get more goals. So even if Belgium tries to gain momentum in the latter stages of the game, they would have a number of goals that will keep them in the game.
And the referee Said Martinez whistles in favor of Belgium. A free kick. Now Michel with the ball. Sends it back to Fitz. Now Trossard. The Arsenal midfielder. Back to Fitz. Michel. Switches one to Kelvin De Bruyne, who finds Doku at the right-hand side. And he gets into the box, finds De Bruyne once again. Forces back and finds Doku. Doku. Can he go past his markers? He does. Sends a crossing and finds the feet off. The unrushing the goalkeeper. But it's been well guarded by Senegal, and the push there from Trossard meant free kick in favor of Senegal. Papagwe looks like he's pulled a muzzle there.
I think so far positive stuff from from the Belgium right winger Jeremy Doku. The switch so far is paying dividends. His movement, anytime he's drift onto the edge of the 18-yard, seems to be posing a lot of problems to the Senegalese back line. He just tells you that he's a quality player. Whether it's at Manchester City, whether it's at the national team, and this is where Senegal needs to be very careful not to cause so much touches around the edge of the 18 yard because I'm sure that is what Belgium is trying to do at the moment. But the Capi and the rest, I think so far so good for them.
Belgium building an attack here. Michel. Now Fitz, the centre back, who plays for Frankfurt in the German Bundesliga, playing at his first World Cup tournament. Castani. Back to Fitz. And Belgium progressing with the ball now in the half of Senegal. Tielemans, the Aston Villa man, finds Michel, driving forward, sends a pass into the path of Cooper. The cross comes in, looking for the Cutlery, but it's been marshaled away there, and Senegal tried to launch a fast attack there, but a kick from goalkeeper Diao intercepted there by Cooper. De Bruyne, nice pass to the left-hand side. Trossard, can he get into the box? He's being forced back by Diatta. Trossard, still with the ball, finds Fitz. Now Michel. Castani. Jeremy Doku. Castani once again. The press there from Ghana, brilliantly beaten by Tielemans. The two players play in the Premier League and they've faced a couple of times. A nice through ball there finds the Koipa by his cut back. Has been intercepted and kicked away by Diarra, protecting his goal. 41 minutes inside the first half. It's still Senegal 1, Belgium 0. De Bruyne back to Fitz. Trossard switches play to the right hand side, finds Castani. Castani driving forward, sends a cross inside, but the header there by Diarra, and referee blows for a foul on Sis. A shot there from the Cutlery, and Ghana goes in pain. Nyakate rather is in pain and wailing on the floor, shoving the back there.
And why won't Senegal, match Belgium good for good? Just look at their starting lineup and look at the clubs they are playing for. Goalkeeper Moridial plays for Le Havre. You go to the back four, Jacobs plays for Galatasaray. You have Nyakate who plays for Olympique Lyonnais. You go to Papsis, and he is one of the best players who plays for one of the best teams, Rayo Vallecano, in the La Liga. You pick Papi Guy, plays for Villarreal. Reason why Thomas Partey doesn't get opportunity to start for Villarreal. You look at their captain, Idris Ghana guy. He's currently with Everton, but it looks to be his contract with the club is a bit ended at the moment. You look at Habib Diarra, plays for Sunderland, very good player. Front three, Sadio Mane, Arnas. You take Ismail Yassar, and Ismail Yassar, interestingly, play for Crystal Palace. Then you pick Ndai, Everton. Just look at the starting level. Top class, and they get playing time as well.
Ismail Yassar won the Conference League with Crystal Palace and then headed into the World Cup tournament. Scored 3 goals so far in the World Cup, twice against Norway and then 1 against Iraq in the last group game. And we'll be hoping to add to his tally. De Bruyne there, 9 finds Jeremy Doku, goes past his marker. The cross deflects by into the hands of Diao. Belgium almost making it count there, and De Bruyne, once he gets into his game, he becomes a very dangerous player to deal with.
So far, Jeremy Doku have been, a thorn in the flesh of the Senegalese defense, and it's good they are not giving so much space, because if you're giving so much space, even with 2 players on him, we see what he wants to do. He wants to take them on. Imagine 1-on-1, he's going to beat you, and Moridia could be in for a lot of trouble. But again, quality to that Senegalese defensive line. I'm messing their clubs they are playing, and they keep and they have game time. So it tells you the kind of opposition they face. And so far, I mean, it's been good for the people of Senegal.
Van Aken brought down, and the free kick for Belgium has been played. Now the Qatari inside the half. A cross comes in, but once again, brilliantly blocked there by Crepin Diatta, and it will be a corner for Belgium. Sis with the block there, and he almost paid for it with an injury, but he's back on his feet, and De Bruyne is heading over to take the corner for Belgium. The first corner of the game for Belgium. De Bruyne goes short and finds the keeper. A shot comes in. A wonderful save there by Diao. And the left back almost getting the equalizer there for Belgium.
Brilliant stuff from the Brighton and Hove Albion player, Maxime Di Capi. Look, just look at the bend on the ball. This is where I keep saying that the Senegalese defense needs to be aware.
That's his weaker foot. He was able to bend it almost into the corner, but thanks to an amazing save from Diao, Belgium now have their second corner. De Bruyne at the back, 5 minutes of injury time added on. The cross comes in, but that was a very poor corner there, and it looks like that was something they have practiced in the training and they wanted to execute it in the match, but unfortunately they didn't get the right perspective on it. And the fans there, the Belgian fans, even though are seeing their team down by a goal, are still enjoying themselves in the stands.
Absolutely, and I like far away from football. What I want to say is far away from what is happening. I like how we've seen some of the the white support of the African teams. It means that our brothers are doing very well in Europe, but here in Senegal.
And perfect way. The ball fell at his feet, but he's dragged his efforts wide. Ndiaye had an opportunity to enter into his box. There was well marshaled there by the goalkeeper as I sent the ball back to perfect way, but his shot was well past the post and out for a goal kick. Now Michel inside the center circle goes to his left hand side and finds Fiat. Trossard fakes a pass and back to Fiat. Now Michel. Castan. De Bruyne. Doku. Back to De Bruyne, who finds Doku once again. But the ball will be marshaled out. But a free kick has been awarded against Jeremy Doku, who brought down Nyakate inside the penalty box.
It's, I mean, a bit surprising how Senegal allowed Belgium into the game. I really didn't expect that. I think they are conceding too many chances in their box. I don't know if it continues like that, then maybe Belgium might get the equalizer before we head into the recess. But yes, they are still trying to keep the game in shape. I think the switch from Doku has brought some sort of spark to the attack of the Belgian side. But yes, they still have what it takes to get the equalizer. I expect Senegal to hold them off, and then possibly they should get a second before Belgium scores. If Belgium equalizes, then it puts some sort of pressure on them.
It won't be a good name for African football if Senegal sits and allows Belgium to equalize and then find a winner. The mentality will be questioned there, because we had so many heartbreaking moments for African teams in the knockout stages. South Africa conceding the winner late in the game. Congo almost had it in their hands, but relinquished the win to England.
You know, I will not be surprised if Jeremy Doku finds the back of the net in this game. And I want to be in his mind. And I'm reading where he seems to be getting that sort of motivation from. His new baby. He wants to give him some present. And you know, sometimes, funnily, you may not care about it, but to some of these players, some of these things matter to them. And so far, if Belgium had got 2 Jeremy Doku out front by now, they would have been back into this game. Because just look at Jeremy Doku alone. It's unfortunate Kevin De Bruyne is not the kind of Kevin De Bruyne we used to know. Assuming he was in his heydays, I think that Senegal, though they are leading this game, they will be struggling with so many of movements so far around their 18 year. But so far, Senegal, like Benji said, have allowed Belgium to come into the game. They were languishing around 38%. As we speak, they are around 49%. That should tell you how they come into this game.
Well, a free kick for Belgium. Well, in the areas of Kevin De Bruyne. Will it be De Bruyne or the Kuiper? The Kuiper goes for it, but the wall does its job and blocks the efforts. Diatta lets fly and smashes the ball out of play. Because any moment from now, the referee will blow the whistle for the end of the first half. De Bruyne goes all the way back, switches play to the right hand side. Jeremy Doku, what a nice pass there from Kevin De Bruyne. Doku inside the box, Tielemans. A run there by Castagne, but Tielemans goes for a cross, headed away, and De Bruyne smashed the rebound, but couldn't get the needed contact on the ball.
He's not got the legs, you know. You know, that's what I'm saying. Some of these players at this tournament, look, some of the veterans, they are not really in to give us that exciting football that we know they can play with. They just need 1-2 touches, and then the rest will be history. That is what we saw from Erling Haaland. Very poor against the Ivory Coast, but 1-2 chances, he punishes them. So, so far so good for Belgium. They are heading to the dressing room. They are heading to the dressing room considering one. But for Senegal, I think Pap Thiaw will be doing a lot of talking in the dressing room.
Well, referee Said Martinez brings the first half to a close. It's Senegal 1, Belgium 0. Let's go for a quick breather. When we are back, we will do the first half analysis before the second half begins.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious.
Lizzie Shito, hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito,
Lizzie Shito, the Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito, overfill.
Lizzie Shito, Kasan. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear, ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Spicy.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risks like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Where are you?
Lizzie Shito, hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito.
Lizzie Shito, the Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito, over fail.
Lizzie Shito, kasan. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear, ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risks like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Where are you?
Lizzie Shito, hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito.
Lizzie Shito, the Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito, over fail.
Lizzie Shito, kasan. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear, ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy
Lizzie, she's a hot pepper sauce. And it's spicy.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risks like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Coca-Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola, locate the QR code on the label, scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly from everyday refreshment.
And Belgium trailing by 1-0 against Senegal. Guys, we expected Senegal to be the dominant, and they have. They've taken the lead, but it looks like they've allowed Belgium to grow into the game, and now they are causing Senegal problems.
Yes, I honestly didn't expect that prior to the commencement of the game. I don't know. I think after the hydration break, where there was a switch, Doku switch, they seem to have had more chances and more opportunities when it gets to the final third of the Senegalese defense. And then also when you look at how the Catelere and then De Bruyne, he was off, I think, the first 30 minutes until after the hydration break, you see that he was able to, swing balls to Doku more of the time, and he's also able to, create something. They are trying to tame him with 2-3 men, but I think Doku too has realized that once he tries to take them on, then they will be doubling up, and so you either try to cross the ball or drag the men forward, then take them on one after the other. He gets a bit of space, then he'll be able to shoot, and that is not sitting well with the Senegalese team. I expect Pap Thiaw to speak to the guys, especially the defenders, to be more aware, because they seem to have lost some sort of concentration. And it's similar to what we saw in the DRC game in the latter stages of the game, where Mbemba marked Kane very, very well. Now it's gotten to the 78th minute where it matters most that you finish the job. Now he was caught sleeping and Kane finished them off. We don't want that to happen. It's happened to us a couple of times. Then if it happens to Senegal again, then I think that we will be left in the, situation of being a laughing stock, which as a continent, we wouldn't want that to happen. Morocco have done it. We want Senegal. I think in terms of the African teams and their opposition, they stand a better chance in terms of the opposition they are facing. They stand a better chance of qualification. Ghana, we are facing Colombia, one of the best sides in the World Cup. And so yes, we expect them to keep up the shape, maintain their shape in defense, then be able to get more men for when it matters most. Sadio Mane too, you are a senior man. You give us the leadership, but this, knockout, it matters. You miss a chance, Belgium gets the scores, and then you'll be found wanting. When he gets the ball, if he thinks he doesn't have the strength to take the shot or give us something more decisive, then he can pass it on to another player to do that. But I think so far so good. It's going on well for Senegal, but then the pressure and the kind of chance that they are conceding is worrying.
Well, Victor, from an African perspective, Senegal are having a leg in the last 16. What do they need to do so that they can, get over with it and not bring the memories of Ivory Coast and then DRC into today's game?
I think we have all concluded the problem is that for African teams, it's not that they are not playing well, they are playing very well. What seems to be, a curse so far, if I want to put it that way, in the last 3 games we watched from the African teams aside Morocco, is the fact that we play all the beautiful football. We take the game to our opponent, and when we are about ending the game, that is when they seem to lose focus, and then they concede a goal. Now, watch all the games the Africans have played so far. They defend so well. They don't give their European opposition or North American opposition so much chances. the only times they give them opening at the heart of their defense are the times they get punished. So, like I keep saying, look, Belgium may not be good in this game, but what is happening is that they don't need so many chances. They just need 1, 2, 3. But Senegal, before they score, they need about 6 or 7 of them to finish, because technically, something is missing a bit. But these Belgian teams or these European sides, they just need 2, 3, and you see that they are level with African teams. So I want to say that last minute focus mania. Maybe I want to put it that last minute focus mania. I mean, Senegal shouldn't be part of fan wanting. In fact, they are too quality. If this Senegal side does not beat Belgium, this week Belgium, then I think that Africa has got a long way. Maybe Ghana we will need to save them from that.
If you are Papethia, what do you do? Do you defend or do you go for the second goal and kill the game off?
I think defending, from what we've seen, and as Victor said, defending is not an option. They have the quality to attack. They have the quality to make sure that they're able to control the game and then attack, create moments. I mean, in the final third, you see, realize that in Diaye and then Pep Gay and Sadio Mane has been a bit sluggish in the first half. But I think that with the youthful nature of the squad, I think that they still have the energy to attack. I mean, when they played against Iraq, where they scored 5, from the blown of the whistle to the final minute, you could see that they had the flair, the control, and everything. But I mean, you may argue that the quality of players that they played against them is totally different from the opposition that they are facing now. And then also, he needs to deal with the Doku threats. So far, the attackers, we've not seen any threat so far. I think the Cooper too has been very, very decent coming in from the defense, and he's been very supportive. And I don't know whether they think he's a defender, so he doesn't carry threats. And we've seen that apart from Doku, he's been very threatening in the final third. And so it's somebody that you would want to keep an eye on and make sure that you speak to a player to keep him very close, because once he gets into the final third, he's very dangerous. Either he's crossing or he's shooting. And so yes, defending is not an option. This Belgian side is not a side that you resort to defending. You defend, then they soak the pressure. Once they get the equalizer, then mentally they gain the mental edge and they do that. So he should maintain the shape, try to get more men forward. But the key players who are trying to trouble the Senegalese defense, he needs to make sure that they are marked and they are dealt with appropriately.
Well, the Catelari has been replaced by Romelu Lukaku. But before the second half commentary begins, let me acknowledge our sponsors: Rush Energy, DSTV, Melcom, Quinori, Usulas, Just Chinese, Milo, Furniture City, Emlyn Logistics. There are also Lizzie Shito. Want that real Ghanaian heat in your meal? Grab a pack of Lizzie Shito, the hot pepper sauce that tastes like home, made with shrimp, fish, and 0 preservatives. It's spicy, rich, and full of flavor. Perfect for rice, kinky, wache, and whatever meal you'd want to have it with. Available in shops and supermarkets near you. For bulk purchases, call 0501 68334 or 0501 550998. Lizzie Shito is spicy. Well, the second half has been off, and Senegal right into the half of Belgium. Now Ndiaye finds Sadio Mane. Can he go past his markers? Sends a cross inside the box. Falls to Ndiaye. Shoots! But drags his efforts well wide of the post.
Another great positioning. But the big question is, this should have been, in fact, he should have made Courtois struggle to keep this ball. These are the chances we are talking about. Senegal has got the quality, but you see, they need to make that quality reflect. I don't think you give this huge space for the likes of Haaland and the rest. You understand? Or Jeremy Doku, they will make it count. So this should be the mentality of the Senegalese players. But interestingly, you know what? Out of the 22 players that are on the field, 11 of them are more than 30 years. That tells you the kind of people who are playing this game.
Well, for Belgium, Michel is 33 years in defense, Castagne 30 years. Trossard is 31, De Bruyne 35. And Van Aken in midfield is also 33. Tillemans is 29. So we have very experienced and older players here having a go at each other. Pape is slicing beautifully and gets the ball for Crepin Diata. Now Ndiaye goes past it. Ndiaye once again back to Crepin Diata, who finds Ghana growing in midfield. Switches play to the left-hand side. Jacobs brings it down beautifully. Now Sadio Mane at the left-hand side. Back to the goal scorer Diarra. Pape finds Diarra once again, who finds Sadio Mane. A cross comes in from Jacobs, but it's been blocked there, and now Jerome Doku will tidy up proceedings. He's been fouled deep in their half, and it's a free kick for Belgium.
Yeah, I mean, we are just seeing a photocopy of what we saw in the first 45 minutes. Senegal continuing from where they left off in that particular game. I think that Sadio Mane now, you know, in the last 3 or 4 minutes in the second half, you know, he's beginning to show his quality. Though he's 34 years, but he's beginning to take the game to the Belgians on the left-hand side, and I think that is what we want to see from a top player like him. And you know, most of them, like we just mentioned about their age, most of them when the next World Cup comes by in 2030, most of them will not be part. So this is a real opportunity for them to make it count and be on the side of history.
Most of these players are having their potential last World Cup tournament, and they have to make history here. They want to be remembered in their country's folklore. Now Castani in the center circle goes back to Michel. Michel sends one in looking for Trossard, but the header there from Diata sends it all the way back, and now Tillemans finds the Kuripa, but his touch there was very heavy and rules the ball out of touch for a throw-in. Disappointed in himself, throw-in for Senegal, bringing a halt to the attack of Belgium. And the fans in buoyant mood there, even though their team is 1-0 down. Well, they have about 40 minutes to find an equalizer and even go on to get the winner. Free kick in the half of Belgium. This broadcast proudly brought to you by Glyco. A dream is more than a wish. It's the business you are building, the home you are investing in, the family you are providing for the future you are working hard to create. At Glyco General Insurance, we understand that every dream represents years of effort, commitment, and hope. That's why we are dedicated to helping protect the things that bring those dreams to life. Whether it's protecting yourself, vehicle, home, business, or valued assets, Glyco General provides reliable insurance solutions designed to cushion your life's unexpected setbacks. Protect that dream today. Download the Glyco General app to sign up, or email at customerexperience@glycogeneral.com, or visit any Glyco General branch near you. Glyco will cushion you for life. And that was a missed chance there by Senegal. Diarra rather failing to add to his tally when he was left unmarked in the box.
Again, another big chance there, missed there by the Senegalese, and he's been a bit worried. It is said that when you create loads of opportunities and you miss them, the one that the opponent gets.
Another chance for Senegal! What a finish by Ismail Assar. A long cross from the left-hand side found Sarr inside the box. Got past his marker and unleashed a thunderous strike into the back of the net. Belgium trailing by 2-0 with 52 minutes on the clock.
Absolutely lovely since there. And you can see the Belgian French manager Rudy Garcia a bit worried at the moment. I was talking about Ismail Assar. There have been less of him in the last 15 minutes in the game, but you see, First half, we saw him on a clear opportunity, blast away against the post. The second touch was very bad. This time around, how he was able to head his net against Tiat and was able to bury that ball beyond the reach of Courtois is something that needs to be studied.
Could have fallen down there, but just like Asamoah did against USA in 2010 in the round of 16,
and even against England in that friendly, you know how he picked the ball.
Yeah.
This
Ismail
is the man.
getting his fourth at the World Cup tournament, and now he's back amongst the top scorers award.
4 goals for him.
Yeah.
And
just
tells
behind.
you. You know, I've said that. Look, I've said that in tournament like this, we may have so many surprises, but at the end of the day, it is the big boys that will show up. In the final, it is 2 big teams we are going to have. The underdogs will worry them. The likes of Kivet, may do very well. But look, at the end of the day, it is the big boys or the top 10 ranked side in the world that will be in the final. And I think so far, Senegal is showing class here. And that is good for African football because already our 2 finalists at the 2025 African Cup of Nations, Morocco have already crossed, and Senegal seems to be following. And that tells you the pedigree of African football.
Unless something magically happens,
nothing magical can happen, my brother.
Senegal are expected to book a spot in the last 16, headed their way by Diatta. GhanaWeb finds Ismail Assar, but has been brought down by Tielemans. And it's surprising that referee Said Martinez has kept its cards in his pockets after 54 minutes.
Isn't it shocking?
Even though there's been numerous fouls there.
Yeah. And you know why? You know why he's doing that? I think that there's one thing that is synonymous to this year's World Cup. We've seen so many hard tackles right from the between South Africa and Mexico, and the referees are hesitant to pull out the card. I'm sure the instruction in the last training they had in the US ahead of this game is that football is a contact sport. Don't just flash out cards. And I think so far the only referee who misbehaved was that referee for Ghana-Croatia. Who was trying to do, too much in that game. But beyond that, I think all the referees have been well composed so far.
Jeremy Doku went past his man, but got brought down there and wins a free kick. And Belgium will need its services if they are to get anything out of this game tonight. Michel finds Tielemans in midfield.
But let's take time. You remember 2018, Japan, Belgium.
2-0.
Anytime I remember that, extra time, last minute goal. It just tells you that it is a World Cup.
Japan were too greedy, and when they had a corner in the 90th minute, could have waited for extra time, but they decided to go for the winner there. Swung the corner in, got caught by Thibaut Courtois, who restarted play quickly, found Kevin De Bruyne, who sent a perfect ball into the path of Lukaku, who had just the goalkeeping in front of him and had to poke him behind. And now with Lukaku on the pitch and De Bruyne also on the pitch, you'd expect something magical from Belgium. Jeremy Doku is, of course, blocked there by Jacobs. Throwing for Belgium in the half of Senegal. And Jeremy Doku, he can't do this alone. He will need De Bruyne to show up. We will need Lukaku. And just like that, Rudy Garcia is looking onto his bench, bringing out the veteran De Bruyne, and shockingly Jeremy Doku.
Really?
Which to me it's a bit shocking. Lukaku and Raskin enters the fray.
It's
Jeremy Doku. He's shaking his head there. Looks livid, and you can understand him. He's the only attacker who's shown flashes.
Yes, bright spark in their team. He's trying to get his way into the defense. Just that it's been very difficult for him. But it's a substitution that I never expected, and I think that I don't know which player possesses his kind of dribbling and then his take on skills to be able to do that. But yes, let's give the coach the benefit of the doubt. Let's see how these subs will fare in the game. However, I think that the momentum is still on the side of Senegal. They could still go on and get more goals in this game and finish it. Of course, I mean, I watched Belgium, their group stage games, and I was really displeased with their, performances. And the opposition too couldn't make use of the lapses in their defense and then their entire system. And so, watching this Senegalese side, how they fed in their AFCON, how they played, and even the performance that they put up against France and Norway, despite their defeat, it clears us with that this is a team that's on any day, if they are given the chance to start afresh, they will do better. And yes, they've proven it on the pitch. Then they will go on to win this game and with a very dominant scoreline. And then we'll see what happens. I don't see Belgium coming back in this game. It may be too early. It might be too early. If they get a consolation goal 2-1, they might try to come back. But with a kind of solidity that this Senegalese side have proven, from midfield to the defense, and then Diaw's prowess in the post, I favor them to qualify.
Well, Raskin scored 6 goals in the Scottish Premier League for Rangers, and Dodi Lukebakio had a couple of assists for Benfica, but was unfortunate as he finished the season without a goal for SL Benfica. And these are the people Rudy Garcia is betting his life on to save his job at least, and also get Belgium into the last 16. Mitchell now finds Castani. A first touch there by Lukebakio, who is come all the way to the right hand side. Belgium swinging passes together. And now, ball at the left hand side forces him back to his goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois. And then the 2 goals there, could Courtois have done anything to stop those 2 goals?
I don't think so, because in both instances, the attackers or strikers had a lot of space, and it was closer to him. And so even if he had been able to make some attempts, it wouldn't be enough to salvage the situation. So I don't think that he's entirely to be blamed. He's made a couple of saves.
Lukebakio sends a shot in bound, brilliantly blocked there by a defensive pair from Senegal.
What kind of shot play? What kind of play is that from Senegal? You see what we are talking about. These African teams, you score 2 goals.
Looks like everything is over for them.
You need to be very careful. You need to be very careful. And like I said, Lukaku and the rest don't need so many touches.
Couldn't find the perfect pass there, but a shot from Trossard. He's asking for a corner, and looks like it's been given. Belgium have a corner here, and now are throwing everything as they search for the equalizer.
Look, if Belgium loses this game, I think that the next manager that will be sacked after this World Cup will be Rudy Garcia. He'll join a huge list. Already the likes of are all gone. They are all gone. And even the Uruguay coach. Bielsa are all gone.
And even the Japanese coach, he's also resigned.
Man, you
Interesting.
But does he have the quality where you say that, maybe, let's imagine maybe England had been knocked out today. You clearly see that they had the quality by the coach. But do you think Garcia with this squad? I understand that once it happens, the coach is
But
the coach is sacrificed.
The coach to do magic, but you can't. They have the quality up front. They have the quality. And
they have the quality, but in terms of perform,
but if you're getting
almost 60-70% are out of form.
Whose duty is it to make their team perform?
The coach, but I'm saying that I feel that this approach where once the team get knocked out, the coach becomes I don't know. I feel that there should be a holistic review of the whole situation.
Bro,
well, I understand.
bro,
But
Yes,
football is so
if you are getting knocked
but
out against France or some big team Spain, they will feel like, well, it wasn't your day and you came up against a very good side. But if you are getting knocked out against a team like Senegal,
the
who
players
were not at their best at the start of the tournament, they will think you weren't up to the target.
Of course, but I think the players,
Look, I think that for me, football is cruel.
Out of form.
The Belgians back home don't care about whether your players are not informed,
injured players or whatever. And me, I was like Ben. I didn't understand why there were always coaches getting sacked and they were always the casualties until Gerrard got sacked at Aston Villa, and then Emery came in, and the same players that Gerrard had, he did perfectly well with them, and that was when I understood that yes, coaches do play a key role.
Look at Michael Carrick.
Exactly.
Manchester United. In fact, and you know what the example I was about citing? I was about citing Coach Carlos Queiroz of Ghana.
Yeah.
And I can put my iPhone on it.
Ghana,
if it was Otuado that was in charge, by now we are out of the tournament. But Coach Carlos Queiroz, and you know what he did? He changed the training regime. The Black Stars just used to train once a day. When he came, he realized that most of his players were part of teams that were relegated. Most of his players were not having game time. So what did he do? He implemented a training session day and night for them to be at that physical level. You get it? So sometimes the coach plays a key role.
The next goal here will certainly change momentum. If Senegal score, then they will be heading for a win. But if Belgium gets one back, we will be in for a very nervy end through this game. And the first yellow card there shown to Michel, bringing down Ismail Assar just inside the center circle.
I think the idea of Belgium now is not to win this game in 90 minutes. The idea for Belgium now is to push this game to extra time, because asking for 3 goals is too much out of this Belgium national team, and in just 27 minutes, that is a huge tax, So the aim will be to see if they can quickly find the 2 goals and push the game to extra time. But when you look at this Senegalese side, it's just too much. It's just too much also. But I pray that Senegalese don't become complacent in the last stages of the game.
Well, another change there being made by Rudy Garcia. Van Aken is off and it's been replaced by Moreira. The Strasbourg midfielder Diego Moreira scored 4 goals and made 7 assists in 24 appearances in the French Ligue 1. Now Tate goes back to his defensive pair, back to Tate at the left-hand side, tries to find Babo, still at Belgium, Trossard. Ball has been forced back. Now Castani goes to the right-hand side. Look at Baggio. Can he take on his man? Sends a cross into the chest of Lukaku, who brought it down nicely for Trossard, but he was in an offside position. So it's an offside against Romelu Lukaku.
And so far, so good for him. I think his positioning has been very perfect, but a lot of credit to the Senegalese defense, who have tried to manage the situation very well at the back there. They are not giving the Belgians so much, opening, because you must not give them. If you give them more opening, it could cause a bit of wrong situation. But perhaps guy is up, he's not happy about it. But I think that the coach, Pap Thiaw, needs a bit of fresh legs now.
And Kamara will be replacing Papigwe with just 25 minutes left on the clock, plus added time. The Monaco midfielder Lamine Camara.
This guy, this Lamine Camara guy, Do you remember the Chan tournament 2021 where Algeria played Senegal in the final? That was the star man of that tournament. And you see consistency, how they've been able to draft him all the way into the national team, and they kept him. That cannot be said for us.
Well, in the 2023 African Cup of Nations, he played 3 games, scored twice. And the 2025 African Cup of Nations, when Senegal went all the way to the final, he played all 7 games. En route to Senegal, winning / losing, and he picks up a yellow card with just his first touch since coming on. Kamara bringing down Trossard. The second yellow card of the game goes to the Senegalese.
And it looks like the referee, I don't know, in this last minute is trying to now flash out the yellow cards.
No, I think because the game is getting some decisive phase of the game, it's getting more physical, and you see that the incidents where he's booked, I think you will clearly tell that they are deserving incidents.
But it's just too much. He needs to take his time.
Oh,
He needs to take his time.
I think that's the right thing.
From where he's coming from, the North American, it's a Honduras referee. And in their arena, there's somebody can lift the ball.
America and all that. This is what they do there.
Yeah, somebody can lift the ball.
But that even should be overlooked. Obviously, it shouldn't be overlooked if it's makes sense.
Raskin finds Michel. Back to Courtois in post. Now Michel once again finds that just inside the half of Belgium. Now the keeper back to Raskin. Back to his defender, who finds Castagna at the right hand side. Now Baggio finds Raskin in the center circle. Belgium progressing the ball steadily. Morera, how can he conjure here? Sends across inside the half of Senegal, and the kick there from GhanaWeb, safely in the hands of DR.
I think the Belgians have not helped themselves. The coach, like I said, needs to be fired if Belgium, fails to win this game. You know why? You look at the kind of players he's brought in now, the likes of Luka Bakio, the likes of Lisandro Trossard. The way they are playing now, this is where they need Jeremy Doku, but it's out of the game. Just look at the balls that are floating around the Senegalese final third. One of them, and they are very energetic now. You need Jeremy Doku in this game.
Sadio Mane loses possession. Cross comes in for Lukaku, but went over his head and couldn't jump to connect onto the cross. And who is Tielemans angry at? Was charging at his teammates. Trossard and then his captain Tielemans are having a go at each other.
Really?
Interesting stuff there.
Really? Charlie, Ben, come in. I want to find a perfect way to describe that.
Go on. So I think the subs they are being more direct now. I think Doku, although gives you that spark, try to take it on and then gets into the final third, but maybe he feels like we don't have much time. You are 2 goals down, you get the ball, you hold the ball, then it takes some time for you to figure things out. But I think this time the players are being more direct. However, they are not able to give you that clear-cut chances where Doku, if he is or he was in the game, he would have been able to create. So far, so from their stats, I think the latter stage of the first half, we saw what the team could do. They were trying to create some sort of danger and threaten the defense of the Senegalese. But I think the second half, the entirety of the second half, I have not seen that sort of threats. And I think credit to the Senegalese side, what we said they need to work on. They worked on most of the things that they need to work on. The Cooper has not been seen like he was trying to do in the first half, and then Doku, definitely you say they've pocketed him and then he's successfully been served, and so there's some sort of freedom for the Senegalese defenders. Yes, I think they are also trying to be a bit relaxed, and they've slowed down the tempo of the game. Now you are leading 2-0. You need to make sure that you build on what you have and then you get more goals. I think there's no need for them to relent at this moment. They should take the game to them like they've been doing, then try to get more goals. Once they do that, I think they will be able to finish the game off. As we've all been saying, we don't want another upset for, African side. No, this is a game that they must win. They shouldn't struggle much. They should be able to win this game because the performance that the Belgians have put up, it's been very abysmal since day one of the start of the tournament.
Well, Senegal still leading by 2-0, and that moment there from Tielemans and his teammates Leandro Trossard.
I think Tielemans, should have just relaxed himself. You are the leader. Yes, this moment are a bit crazy, but you need to take your time for your teammates. Else, it doesn't all go so well. Senegal, if they are very clever, they can take huge advantage of that and frustrate you more. You get it? And once you are not united, how are you getting back into the game?
And for Belgium, they've had their own share of player issues in the team. Talking of Thibaut Courtois and then previous coach Domenico Tedesco. Courtois decided not to play for Belgium again if he continues to be the coach because he wasn't named captain. But once Tedesco left, Courtois returned, but was still not given the captain armband. And he also had a case with Kevin De Bruyne back in 2014. And you all remember that case. Belgium restart play. Luke since coming on has seen much of the ball, but failed to conjure anything at the right hand flank there. Moreira back to the midfield. Now Michel goes back to his defensive partner. Now the Kuiper. Trossard back to the Kuiper. Try to find Trossard, who was galloping for an overlap, but the ball has been intercepted. Throwing taken quickly. Michel Trossard switches one, but fix it. Trossard stole the ball.
And you know what? The players just came in for Senegal. You watch the clubs they play. Mbaye plays for Paris Saint-Germain. Papi Metassa plays for Tottenham Hotspur. So it even tells you they're on the bench. The Senegalese have got quality on the bench.
Well, they are on the attack here. And they could get the third goal if a perfect cross comes in. But it's been forced all the way back to Ndiaye, who finds GhanaWeb in midfield, the captain of the side. Switches play to the right hand side. Diatta. Ball still in the middle there for Senegal. Now Nyakati rather. Jacob sends it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Diao. The defensive huge figure at the back for Belgium, for Senegal. GhanaWeb. And Senegal touring with Belgium, keeping possession and trying to get Belgium out of their half. I mean, they are not chasing the lead here. And they'll do anything to protect their 2-0 lead. GhanaWeb receives ball perfectly, and on transition there finds Mane. It's been brought down there, and it's a free kick for Senegal.
And it's Sadio Mane, telling Tielemans, your team now to be very careful there with him. He's an old man at the moment, so you see. But again, I'm very, very impressed with what we have seen so far. Just to refresh our mind, if this was, the old format of the 32 teams at the World Cup, it means that Senegal, by winning this particular game, have equaled, their 2002 record by reaching the quarter-final. But unfortunately, it's 48 teams, and they would have to play another stage to reach that feat. the old team had.
Well, it's not easy like before. And just like Cristiano Ronaldo said, a 7-game tournament. Now it becomes an 8-game tournament. A shot there from Thiet, and now Senegal. But that pass had too much behind it. And Courtois will regather. And Belgium will regroup and come again at Belgium. Baggio at Belgium's right-hand side. Can he take on his marker? Finds Trossard, who goes back to Michel. The cross comes in deep. Headed down there, but cleared away by Sis, who was at the right place at the right time. Headed back in the half of Senegal, but it's been headed away there. Referee waves play on. Baggio. Nice faking there. Scores one in and almost found the top corner. Baggio.
Yeah, that's what we do. If you are finding it very difficult around penetrating inside the 18-yard, you need to take the ball outside, like what England did against the DRC. Maybe one of those killers will find the back of the net. But that's a good bend on the ball, but it's unfortunately drifted wide.
Whisker of the right post of Diao. And if that had gone in, Belgium would have fancied their chances of at least getting a draw and then moving into extra time. Thomas Meunier replaces the Koipa at the left-hand side. Another free kick for Senegal.
I think they've done the majority aspects of the job. Now they just need to contain the Belgians, and then unfortunately Rudy Garcia hasn't been able to find an antidote to the struggles the team is going through. All the players who were giving us the quality of football that we would expect, the Cooper, Doku, they've all been subbed off, and so Baggio and Co are trying to be more direct.
Now a chance there for Senegal. Mane by his cross. Dealt with. And that was the chance there for Senegal to put the game to bed. But Mane's cross wasn't pinpoint enough. Now they would have to do with a throw-in deep in the half of Belgium. This broadcast is made possible by Rush Energy, DSTV, Melcom, Kinori, Usla Enterprise, Just Chinese, Milo Furniture City, 369 Gym, Emlyn Logistics, Glyco, and Lizzie Shito. Senegal still with possession. Goalkeeper Diao just at the edge of the D. Now Nyakate finds Sadio Mane. Mane galloping, switches play with a beautiful diagonal pass to Mbaye at the right hand side. Now Papesa, by the cross intercepted there by Morera, whose pass is marker, but it's been forced backwards, and the pass there intercepted brilliantly.
You see, Morera just did too much on the ball. You know, he could have released the ball a bit earlier. What was he doing? And you see, this is a bit worrying. This is a bit worrying for the Belgians. You know, these Senegalese are not they are not players who are not good. These are quality players. So you don't tend to behave like that, over elaboration on the ball. And I'll not be surprised if Senegal decides to search for another goal.
Morera having his debut appearance in this game. He was on the bench in all 3 group matches Belgium played, but now gets a taste of the World Cup. Unfortunately, his debut is on the brink of ending in defeat, as Kamara stands behind the free kick and will look to send a decent one in. And there rather sends it, but it's been cleared by the defense of Senegal.
I mean, the lash on the ball was not just the best. From the angle, I mean, we are seeing it. It could have been better delivered.
Belgium consistent throwing in their half. Look at Bakio couldn't keep the ball in play. And Senegal, with just 8 minutes left on the clock, are on the verge of a very big victory that will get them a spot in the last 16 by now all the way back to Cess, who goes back to his goalkeeper Diao and clears it out of play and into their waiting leg off Courtois. Michel coming forward steadily. Now Belgium, Moreira, and he passes marker, finds a pass rather to Theat. Now Michel at the right hand side finds Luke Baggio. He's seen much of the ball, has created nothing out. The cross comes in, a header there.
And again, another forceful defending from the Senegalese, centre backs. I think they read the game so well, and it just tells you that I mean, in terms of the personnel, in terms of players, Senegal has got so much quality than this Belgium national team in terms of the way they are playing. And what is the problem of this Belgian team? Most of them are aged players. The ones who are even in now, the youngsters, they have not got any World Cup experience under them. This is the first time they are experiencing it, and all of that.
Diouf in shots there. Now a chance for Belgium. Shot comes in from Trossard. Tillemans rather, but blazes it all over the bar. That was a chance for Belgium, and Senegal playing themselves into trouble. They try to play from the back, but a kick there from goalkeeper Diao found Belgium to set an attack. Trossard finding Tillemans, and he's known for this kind of shots, long range shots.
Lukaku was looking for it,
Sent it well over the bar.
Lukaku was just calling for that ball. I think he was a bit selfish on that occasion, because when you look at Lukaku's positioning, there was no player marking him. A simple pass to him could have, led to a consolation in this one.
Senegal trying that once again, and once again finding. And now Sadio Mane shoots one, brilliant save by Courtois. They're calling for offside, but that was a back pass rather from Belgium, so the linesman kept his flag down. Whoa, finally raises it, and it's an offside in favor of Belgium. Well, came off.
Was really offside? I doubt. From the angle, I doubt. This one, I'm challenging the VAR.
Remember, I think there was a game where the angle was very tight. Now it took the two aspect of the boots of the player that determined. I think Portugal, Colombia.
Yeah.
The allowed goal. Because how tight.
They say his boots were very long.
Yeah.
It means that his legs are. I mean,
if it was like size 40, it wouldn't have been offside, but it was size 45. Well, Senegal, Mane, can he finally get his first goal at this tournament? Opted for a cross rather, but once again being marshaled away. Lukaku coming all the way to midfield to have himself involved in play. Now Moreira goes past his marker nicely, switches to the right hand side. A shot comes in, finds Lukaku, who damages it. But his flick couldn't find Trossard, who was like, and now Lukaku gets one back from Belgium with 4 minutes left, and Belgium have a lifeline here. Romelu Lukaku.
And I've said it, there seems to be a curse with the African teams conceding late into games having their problem. And like I've also said, these big players, Lukaku and the rest, they don't need so much touch. Just one fine moment, and they know how to look at the angle with which he took that ball. Just look at the angle. It was not even. It was a tight
finish.
Yeah, very tight angle. And you see, once again, for the first time, this Senegalese defense was breached. And just look at it. The only time they took their eyes off is the time they concede. And it's not what. And I'm not happy about that at all.
And if you're a Barcelona fan, you remember that goal you conceded against Inter Milan in the semi-finals, second leg, when it almost looked like Barcelona were in the finals. What are they complaining there?
No, they are complaining me about that.
Well, the referee has awarded the goal.
You know, these referees, I don't understand them. They seems not to be listening to the African teams. You know, when it comes, seriously, you know, you see the game at Ghana Croatia, that ball, is it Edu? I mean, they would have gone for the VAR review. On 2 occasions, they decide not to go. But if it's against Hurricane, Erling Haaland, and other strikers, they would have gone to review. Like no Messi, they'll go and review it.
Well, I saw a post from Bleacher Report. Well, a chance there from Mbaye. Skies his efforts. Scored a brilliant goal against France, but on this occasion, blazed his efforts wide of the post. I'm talking about Africans not getting the justices of VAR. Bleacher Reports made a post when Hurricane was denied a penalty. The referee deeming it as a dive. And then a Ghanaian replying that this one day you post about it. When it was Ghana, you didn't say anything.
You know, and sometimes that is it. They are unfair to us. You know, reason why the Ghanaian team said that look, any small situation, they are going to report to them. They are going to be on the referee. And you see, you shouldn't need a case.
Now Morera, Belgium just need a goal to force extra time. Across comes in, and that is the goal there. And just like that, Belgium are level. It's 2-2 with 89 minutes on the clock. What was DR doing? Coming out to grab the ball but failing to have any touch on it. And now Belgium have leveled it late in the game. The African curse strikes once again.
I think honestly, I'm a bit shocked with the way the 2 goals have come. But look, I just wanted to make a statement that Morera, Rudy Garcia needs to be sacked if Belgium fails to make it into the round of 16. You know why? The Morera guy, the young chap he has brought, look, he's completely changed the game for them. Why do you keep this young guy on the bench in almost all the 3 games?
What is they doing? That would have even been a penalty if he had not scored. Because he clattered into him without having any feel of the ball. And the ball sailing into that empty and gaping net there. We have a game on our hand here.
And I was talking about the comeback. Japan comeback in 2018. And they are back. But you know what will happen on Saturday? Friday dawn. Luckily for us in Ghana, normally when it's Friday, it is all night. So the prayers would have to be going for the game. Because we cannot take lead up to 85 minutes and then Colombia will equalize. And you see,
I said earlier,
it is heartbreak for the Senegalese.
If Ghana is to lose against Colombia, please and please again, do it respectively.
Do it earlier. Don't
give us any hope. If you lose at first half, take 3-0. That one day we know there is no hope. But don't go and score 2 goals and then concede twice in a space of minutes.
No, I don't think the Black Stars will do that. The Black Stars will never lead until 85th minute and concede 2 goals. No, I don't think that will happen. I just don't know why.
Well, Belgium will now fancy their chances of getting the much needed winner before the 90.
Let's see, Senegal can do it. 3-2 is possible in this game. 3-2.
Ball goes all the way back to Thibaut Courtois. Smashes out of play.
Wow.
And it's a throw-in. 7 minutes of additional time to be played.
And penalty to know what Thibaut Courtois can do.
I mean, speechless at this moment. I trusted them so much that that what has been happening to other African teams wouldn't happen. But I mean, I don't know how this. I mean, how it came about that this is happening. Pap Fiao on the bench, I don't know. The entire technical team, they all stand and they can't believe it.
And Belgium can even win it. Lukaku sends a perfect pass there. Across comes in. But cleared away there for a corner. And the changes. Rudy Garcia made. Look at Bakio, Morera making significant impact on the game.
I earlier told you that the Doku game requires him to hold on to the ball, then try to take his men on. By the time he figures it out, they would have surrounded him then taking the ball. So I think coming from, an experienced manager, he would prefer a player who is more direct. And you see the Rangers has always been sending in the crosses when needed, and it's really, really helped them.
The Senegalese fans are now full of anxiety because they had it. A cross comes in. They were on the cusp of victory, making it to the round of 16. But I've seen their team thrown the lead away in shocking circumstances. And they are getting impeded there by Michel Papetiao.
Well, yeah, you can only hold your beautiful hair at this point because, I'm sure even Papetiao himself cannot believe it. He cannot believe that.
The entire bench, you could look at their facial expression. they were all shocked.
But you see, let's relax. Let's relax. There's still time in this game. Maybe because of the job I do, you understand. Even 2 minutes left, we see teams score 2-3 goals. So it's nothing. Of course, somebody must make a mistake for someone to score, and that is Senegal. Lucky for Senegal, they are not the ones scoring these last-minute goals. Else, would have been more happy and say that Senegal will win the game. But it is the opposite team. Whatever happens, this level, they've still got a chance to win this game.
Well, the match momentum is in favor of Belgium. They had more of the ball now and have attacked the Senegalese half. Romelu Lukaku chasing onto the ball, tries to find Morera, but it's been cleared away by Sis. Senegal, well, the offside flag has been raised.
And you know what Senegal needs now? You need leadership. This is where we need to see leadership from every department of the game. This is the time you need the likes of Sadio Mane to talk to the guys to calm down and play nice football. It is Ghana guys to tell the guys, relax and play the ball. Don't be jittery. There's still time. Even there's extra time to play this game.
Jacobs goes past Lukabagio and finds Sa. Now Ghana Gwe prepping the attack at the right hand side. Mbai. And he go past his marker. Opts for a pass. Sends it back to Sis. Now Nyakate. Mane.
Belgium are
Ghana.
defending in twos.
Mane.
They are no longer defending 1v1. They are defending in twos. Not giving the Senegalese space to play the ball at all.
4 minutes left for the full-time whistle, and Senegal now want to win it before the full-time whistle. Crepin the attack. Back to Kamara. Now Ghana going midfield, sends it to the left-hand side.
Nyakate. They're just wasting time.
Jacobs. Back to Sa. They are finding it difficult to penetrate the Belgian defense.
You need the crosses. You don't necessarily need to penetrate.
By and he go past his marker. Brilliant defending there by Castani. And now Morera will clear. Lukaku will chase. But Nyakate.
You see, Lukaku has not got a leg, so he cannot even chase
tidies it up nicely. And then drives forward. Sa. Mane. Ghana Gwe. Switches play to the right hand side. Finds him by. And he attack into the box by Damis. Ghana Gwe shoots one and almost a ball goes Wesker on the post.
He didn't score. The direction of the
and looks like extra time is upon us.
have gone for extra. You know, if you had gone forward a bit, it could have been a goal. It could have been a goal. But I think this is a time for us to see beautiful football. I'm a fan of beautiful football. Now that it is tight, we'll now see who really has got the legs. And I'm interested in seeing what happens in extra time. I'm not completely riding off Senegal in this game. They still got lots of opportunity. Just that my problem is that they shouldn't make the likes of Morera have so much. Morera is, I mean, nobody has done anything to him. Just look at him.
He wanted a foul. But referee wave play on, and Belgium concede an attacking throw in the last minutes of the game.
Let's see, maybe this is Senegal's goal. Let's see something.
The Frankfurt defender dealt with the threat at the expense of an attacking throw in the attack. Sends it to Mbaye. Now Nyakate goes to the left-hand side. Jacobs sends a crossing, but that was too much. And found nobody. Fates. Morera will let the ball go out of play.
What kind of crossing is that?
A throw-in. And I think that would be... Well, yes. The referee blows the whistle to end the first
game that heads into the extra time. So far in this knockout rounds, no game have entered into the that extra time. This is the first game going to the extra time. And like I've said, I'm not shocked because, before the game began, I told you, these are teams that in terms of their level, the difference is not too much. You get it?
Senegal.
But for Senegal to give out those leads.
Senegal had it in their hands, but Belgium have grabbed it and now set up a 30 minutes of extra time. If there are no goals, then we will be off for penalties. Well, before the teams get back into the extra time, let's go for a quick breather. Let's rest and then come back for the extra time.
30 minutes journey.
Yeah.
But you see, I think so far so good. You see what the Senegalese play. I think they need to calm down. I think Pape Thiaw is telling them, guys, calm down. We still got this under control. And you see what he's doing. Like I've said, this is where you need the experience of the manager. He was part of that squad in 2002 that reached the quarterfinal. Part again of the first team to win the African Cup of Nations for Senegal. At this point, you need to feed from his experience. Like Ghana is feeding from the experience of Coach Carlos Queiroz last 4 appearances at the World Cup. This is where you need the experience of Pape Thiaw. And look, yes, the Belgium may have come into the game in the last embers, but I'm still confident that this squad Senegal have, they can lose something in extra time. 30 minutes is huge, but I pray that they keep focused. They keep believing like the Teranga Lions they are, and let's see what happens in the rest of the night.
And Diouf, who is also part of that Senegal squad, is on the pitch trying to psych up the team.
Yeah, this is what you need.
Before the start of this.
This is what you need. You need to believe. You at the World Cup, you need to believe. And like I said, I love games like this. Just that I'll be happy if Senegal ends up winning the game. But I mean, the World Cup is made for moments, and I think that we are in for one of the exciting moments of the World Cup so far. This is where we get to test the mentality, the elite mentality of some of these players, and I think that either sides have got that quality to do that.
Well, extra 30 minutes to be played to find a winner, and who gets to book a spot in the round of 16. Will it be Belgium or Senegal? Let's go for this quick breather. When we are back, we begin the extra 30 minutes.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Where are you?
Lizzie Shito, hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito,
Lizzie Shito, the Shito c'est totally Lizzie Chito overfailing.
Lizzie Chito. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear. Ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and kasa.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risks like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola. Locate the QR code on the label. Scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards. Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster.
The extra 30 minutes has started with Senegal with proceedings here. Sa goes to the right hand side, finds Diatta. Ghana, the captain of the side, forces his way back to Diatta. Ghana, they all overlap there, but Diatta decides to keep the ball. Diatta goes all the way back to 6. And now Senegal would have to conjure something. I called for magic and looks like Belgium answered.
Yes, but I think Senegal, they have the quality to win the game. They are favored to win. I just feel like they just let themselves down. So from the 70th minutes, that's why I said that from the way and manner they are playing, and then they were defending, and then also the introductions also brought some sort of directness in the final third for the Belgians, and so they weren't able to deal with it very well, and they've been severely punished. However, I think that it's still in their hands. They still stand a chance of winning, but if they lose focus like they did during the latter stages of the 90 minutes, then I think they might be punished again.
Moreira Jr., since coming on, has been a thorn in the flesh of Crepin Diatta. Conjured that much needed equalizer, found Trossard, whose cross found the head of Tielemans, guided it neatly into the net to equalize the game at 2-2. Crepin Diatta blocks that effort there. He's been brought down, and it will be a free kick deep in the half of Senegal. Castani, seeing the pocket of space he's left behind, races back to recover. Now the fine changes from Senegal. Sadio Mane will be replaced. Looks like he's not happy.
No, I think he was trying to ask something, or maybe he wasn't sure that it was him. I'm not sure he isn't happy.
No, if he's not happy, I think that he shouldn't even be happy, because he's leaving the pitch. You know, he's a big man. He's their talisman. So if he's leaving the pitch where it's all tight at the moment, 2-2, in your mind, because obviously this is his last World Cup, and a player who is 34 years, who have seen it all in Europe, by far, he's one of the most decorated players in this particular squad. What you want to leave your team with is leave them with some sort of confidence, when you are heading to the bench. But it seems that he cannot play part of this game again. He cannot effect anything again, and he should be start heading for the bench.
Oh,
if you ask me,
I think he's played 90 minutes. He's really done well. And then we are heading into the extra time. There are a lot of moments where coaches sub off their best players when it matters most, and then the other players come and they deliver. I think it's a step in the right direction.
No.
You need fresh energy in the game.
Benji is not getting me.
Clearly,
I am not talking about the 90 minutes of the player playing. I'm speaking from the player's perspective and the kind of job expected of him. Sadio Mane is a big player, and I don't think that the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, and the rest. Why do most of these players complain when they are being subbed off, when their team is struggling? To them, they feel that they could have done better in those moments they've gotten. You may not have the best of moments, but Sadio Mane is thinking, oh, I shouldn't leave my team in this condition. It should have been a condition that Senegal should be leading Belgium by now. That is the perspective, or that is the angle I'm speaking from, not about playing the 90 minutes or even 10 minutes. It's not a problem for me. It's about the impact, his impact on the game.
But on a, holistic scale, and it's clearly, it's something that goes for the betterment of the team.
Oh, yeah.
Holistically.
No,
I get you. I get you. No, I get you. That's in the perspective of the player, he wants to prove something.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that you've played, majority aspects of the game, and it gets to a moment where you need fresh legs, new players to come on and bring something onto the pitch. It's not about what you only want to provide. We are, taking it from the perspective of the general aspects of the game, how the team could contribute in terms of getting the needed result. If they win, he's part and parcel of it. He's played the integral part of it. I understand you perfectly, but yes, I get you.
Guy have just come off as a skipper. He would want to have finished this game. He didn't want to leave the young lads on the pitch in this manner.
But
you understand?
The Ghana was off. He was also started.
Yes, and who told you the Ghana when he left the pitch, he would not be sad that they were down by 2 goals to 0?
That one is normal in football. That's why I'm telling you. It's normal in football.
No, so you see, we are saying that those things are normal in football. But if you sit in the position of the players, they will tell you that they are not happy about it. But anyway, it is football. We need to get new players. But some of the players don't want to leave, in that kind of situation, like they like Cristiano Ronaldo and the rest.
Vinicius is a perfect example, but it's normal.
Oh, it's normal.
It's normal in football.
Those are ambitious players.
Well, the game is still ongoing. Belgium at the side of Senegal. The ball has been well marshaled. And Ismail Assar, now the captain of the Senegal side, wins a free kick deep in the half of Senegal. And interestingly, Pape Thiaw has brought off all the, older players. And he's introduced very young talents, because now that he sees that the legs of the Belgians are tired and they need to run more, and which people can do it better than the small lads.
No, I think that absolutely. When you look at this, the Belgian substitutions, I think that they've equally brought in young players. Luka Bakio is 28 years. Diego Moreira is 21 years. The reason why he's got the legs to run in this game, you understand? So, and it's extra time. After 90 minutes, you need players who can run. And I think that is what Pape Thiaw is doing by bringing off the likes of Ghana guy and then Sadio Mane. But I'm just saying that those guys will be, sitting on the bench and thinking, we should have won the game.
And we shouldn't even have been in this situation. Because at 2-0, they were comfortably heading into the round of 16. Even at 2-1, they look set to at least get the game to end in 2-1 until that moment there from Tielemans. The captain showing by example and leading his team, dragging his team to get the equalizer and setting up a tense extra time. 97 minutes of play. We are playing 105 minutes for the first extra, and then the last 15 minutes will be played. Trossard, Luka Bakio, Michel, now find Tate, who finds Diego Moreira. A cross comes in, Lukaku jumps, but the ball was wall over Lukaku. Thomas Muniz sends another cross inside the box, but fails to find any man. And then brought down there by Moreira, referee waves play on.
Oh, my discovery of the game.
And Moreira has been brilliant.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
And you watch his trajectory in terms of clubs. Was with played a bit for Chelsea, went to Strasbourg.
Yeah.
You know, so it just tells you that
Chelsea Strasbourg partnership.
Yeah.
So you won't even be shocking that he would once again represent Chelsea when they need that, right? Because the Strasbourg owner is the same as the Chelsea owner, so they try to interswitch players anytime, just like they did with the coach. That they sacked him before the season ended.
And I'll not be surprised that after this World Cup, I'll never be surprised that
he will end a big
yeah.
And this is his first appearance at the World Cup.
Yeah.
He was on the bench in the last 3 games Belgium played.
So just look at it. Chelsea, he started in Chelsea, somewhere Chelsea under 21, 23, went to Olympique Lyonnais, came back to Chelsea on loan, and now finally with Strasbourg on 8.5 million euros.
And he had a couple of goals there in the French Ligue 1. And it's shocking why he wasn't starting. I mean, sometimes you don't understand.
It's the reason why I said
coaches.
the manager needs to be fired if he feels to. You know, again, and understand him. At this stage, you need a bit of experience. He's just 21-year-old.
And you wouldn't fancy him against the top side. But since coming on, he's shown that he's the man for the big occasions, even though he's just 21. Crepin Diatta has had a very tough time dealing with him. And it's getting a bit physical now. The referee allowed play to continue there. There was a bit of scuffle there. The referee didn't whistle and opted for the advantage. Looks like now the Senegalese are rather soaking the pressure. They have not had time to swing the passes they did together back when the game started. A flick there from Trossard, but fails to find Romelu Lukaku.
And I also think the Senegalese are missing Edouard Mendy. His experience between the two sticks, because by now you'd have been shouting at the defenders, shouting at the young lads, the positioning and all of that. I don't think that Mori Diaw is giving them that, and sometimes this is where you need a bit of experience. But it's unfortunate that injury will not allow him to.
A chance for Belgium, Lukaku. At this time, couldn't find the right connection to get it past Diaw, who embraced the challenge and saved the shot. Ismail Assar has been brought down.
And you know what the Belgians are doing? They are trying to be very strong. Stop the Senegalese. Don't allow them to transition. And I think that is what perfectly they are doing. And just look at this ball. You don't give Lukaku's head, opportunities like this.
Belgium almost getting the third goal there. Kamara restarts play. Niakate back to Kamara. Niakate once again at the left hand side. Ndiaye by his pass has been intercepted, and it's a throw-in for Senegal. They started with a throw. Nicolas Jackson by his pass, and that was an awkward pass, a wayward pass there from Trossard, and Kanimbaye take advantage. Had a similar opportunity against France and took it brilliantly, but this time he couldn't get past his marker and even enter the box. Niakate, Ndiaye at the left hand side. Now Sa, Ismail Assar finds Ndiaye, back to Sa, and Senegal swinging passes together. 6 inside the center circle, goes to the right hand side. Crepin Diatta. Diatta finds him back to 6, and now looks like both teams do not want to make any mistake. So instead of attacking, they would rather keep possession. They do not want to lose possession. Ndiaye sends it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Diaw, inside the 18-yard box. Sends it long into the half of the Belgians. A flick on there by Jackson. But it's a throw-in in favor of Belgium.
I think it's a 50-50 game now. Both sides, when they're attacking, it's very dangerous. I don't know. I expected Senegal to be pushing further in terms of attacking and creating chances more. But it looks like they are also very cautious. They don't want you to slip, because once you concede, it's likely that you're out.
Morera sends a crossing, but defended by Sis, who was at the right moment at the right now. Trossard goes past his back, sends a shot. Block on the line there. Now Castagne will let fly. But goes past the goal post. It will be a goal kick for Senegal.
Once again, a very jittery moment again from the Senegalese defense. Allowed the likes of Croissant so much space. I think that you don't do that. Where the game is at the moment, just 1 minute to hit the first half of extra time. Look, Senegal, I'm thinking by now they should have learned from the 2 goals they conceded. Don't allow the Belgians too close to your 18-yard, you know, because the more you allow them space around your 18-yard, the more you are in trouble. You are vulnerable, and so far it's not looking good for them.
Wow. The first half of extra time is almost up, and it's still total Belgium against Senegal for a spot in the round of 16. Courtois now fits back to his defensive pair, Tillemans. And the referee blows the whistle for the first half of the extra time to end, and immediately signals the team to switch positions. No time for a rest there. Play will restart immediately. They switch posts. Papi Thiaw will try to gather some tactics and send to his team to at least get them over the next 15 minutes. And if we are heading for penalties, who do you fancy?
Oh, I think for penalty, there's no side that you would say they would win. Germany went into the penalties with a record of never losing it. And when, I mean, you are in the World Cup and they got there, and then unfortunately they missed out. But I think penalties, it's 50-50. Any of the sides that is able to stay focused, pick the right spots, and then execute it well, stands the chance of winning. But yes, I don't know. I look at Pap Thiaw's face, and it looked like he's so in shock. He's so in shock of what happened, because they never ever expected it, and nobody saw it coming. And it also tells you the mentality. There's a sort of inferior mentality that we have as Africans. It seemed to be dealing a huge blow to us at the World Cup so far. Heading into the second half, I expect them, but I think it's more of cautious approach, because once you concede, there is high probability that you may not be able to recover in the game, and so both sides are trying to be more cautious. However, I think that Belgium are more threatening in the final third. Yes, Romelu Lukaku, that ball, if had you gotten a touch, I think that it would have been the difference by now. But yes, they were able to escape that, and then they are still leveling the game.
And yeah, you can say Edouard Mendy. I mean, it just tells you that there's no way he's going to have a taste of this particular game, which could be Senegal's last game, or which could either be, another chance to propose Senegal as far as this tournament is concerned. But I'm just trying to look at this game, maybe in the next 10 minutes from my magic lens, and see how it's proceeding. And I'm feeling that even in penalty, Senegal may progress. I'm just watching very well. I'm not seeing the picture very well, but I'm imagining Senegal. I'm just watching it.
Hopefully from an African bias point.
Definitely.
Senegal at least progresses, and they've actually put their fans through. I would want Senegal to progress, because you don't give this kind of hope to your fans and later put a dagger through their hearts.
Not even their fans, African fans.
And just take a look at the time they conceded the goal. 86, 89. How?
It was, and they were almost there. I mean, even they could have kept it at 2-1.
Yeah.
Well, it happens. You've conceded, so just get on with it. But for some reason,
no. So you know, in the psychology of football, what happens is that once a team concedes, naturally they are disorganized. So good managers and good players will quickly take advantage of that before
the best and most vulnerable moment is when you score a goal. Yeah, the coaches and pundits mostly say that. Trossard sends a nice ball to Castagne, who finds his captain Tielemans. Muni sends a cross in, looking for the head. But the header there from Raskin goes well over, and Amadou Onana looks like he will be entering the fray in no time for Belgium. A very good player with Aston Villa, but now has to deal with the bench of Belgium.
Yeah, it's all about the choices of the manager. You know? The choices of the manager. I mean, he fancies other players ahead of him. I don't know why, but maybe from the training, you know, sometimes the coaches from the training ground, to ask the fans, we think that this guy has got good record, but on the training pitch, some of the players perform better than the pick. So sometimes that is it.
Amadou Onana once had a scuffle with a reporter when he referred to him as Andre Onana. And he said, Andre is not even in my name. I'm Amadou Onana, and you will be entering the fray in no time. An Europa League winner with Aston Villa at the end of the season. And he will be playing the Champions League. Well, he's already playing the Champions League with Aston Villa. And will have a chance to go a step further by finds Diatta. Diatta goes to Cess in the half of the Belgians. Diatta once again wants to scoop one and finds some Mbaye. Mbaye goes all the way back to Cess. 108 minutes on the clock. About 12 minutes left, and a nice play there from Senegal. Kind of good cross comes in. But Nicholas Jackson drags his efforts wide.
You see, this is the problem the Chelsea fans have with Nicholas Jackson. This is a perfect time to make your name.
Mbaye, not Jackson.
Mbaye.
Yeah.
So the final touch from the youngster.
The first touch, or
I think he should have realized maybe gets one touch, because the distance between the opposing player.
Any touch
Yes.
means a penalty.
Yes, and so there was a bit of space between him and then the opposing player approaching. So and I think a touch and then the second
Rudy
one.
Garcia fancying the penalty shootout, bringing in a more defensive-minded player for an attacker. Leandro Trossard comes off for Amadou Onana. Ball in the half of Senegal with goalkeeper DR. Kicks is long, headed away there into the pass of Michel, who lets clear. Moreira has his own, and he's been brought down, and referee calls for a free kick. He's giving them a scare, and yes, the medics rush onto the field there. Hopefully he's okay. He fell awkwardly on the ground, and the players were scared there for a bit. But the medics rushed onto the field to give him the much needed medical attention, and he's back sitting on the field. A very good sign there. Went for the header with Crepin Diatta, but landed awkwardly. Referee is asking for him to be taken off the field to enable play to restart. and the fans enjoying the spectacle. Belgium felt like it was over, but they had something up their sleeves, and boy, did they get it up, getting 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes to drag themselves up level after going to 0 down with about 8 minutes left on the clock to end the full game.
Maybe let me play the devil's advocate here. You know why? Maybe the coach have decided to bring in Amadou Nana in the last, minutes of the game. Don't forget that he's got a Senegalese heritage. He was born in Dakar, moved out of Senegal at the age of 11, stayed in Brussels for quite some time, born to a Cameroonian and then a Senegalese, father. So he's got a chance to play for all this national team. But at the end of the day, he decided to remain hugely with Belgium, but he has maintained in interviews he's granted over the period that he's got huge heart for Senegal, reason why he always visits Dakar to meet with the rest of the family there. So for him, it's not a kind of pleasant situation he's in at the moment. He'll be happy, but his family back home will be so sad that Senegal couldn't.
Well, Senegal trying to conjure some attack here, but once again, the final pass from Pape Sarr was intercepted. A chance there to shoot, and the shot comes in. But Thibaut Courtois brilliantly behind the ball, saving it at the first glance. I mean, that's Thibaut Courtois. This is the kind of situations he excels.
Yeah, I mean, you expect him to easily save some of these balls. But I think the Senegalese are still trying to create small chances, then get the winner. If they continue in the same manner, I think that they are on course to achieving that. However, they should be very, very wary at the back, because Lukaku is roaring like a wounded lion. Once you give him, I mean, yes, a sniff of a chance, he would punish you. So they should be careful at the back.
A diagonal ball searching for Thomas Meunier. But Naskin couldn't find him. It will be cruel on the side of Senegal if Belgium are to find a winner late in the game. Ismail Nicholas Jackson rather galloping on the right hand side. Can he enter the box? Good passes marker nicely. Nicholas Jackson sends a crossing. Wow. Cleared away for a corner kick, and Nicholas Jackson bring him his days back at Chelsea. Taking us as markers.
Yeah, I think this at the moment we see great players meet, and I think for Nicholas Jackson, the situation around him is not very pleasant. Went on loan to Bayern, back to Chelsea. This is the move. These are the perfect moment for him to tell these teams that look, he's a top-notch player. You cannot be trusting in between 2 clubs at the same time. And I'm hoping that he gets something for Senegal. He's also good with his hair, and they've got a corner kick. I'm praying that Senegal, just 6 minutes left, they can do something.
And behind the ball, sends the cross deep into the post. But Thibaut Courtois will safely grab it. And this reminds me of that goal he scored against Japan. A corner coming in, Thibaut Courtois saving it and rolling the ball into the path of Kevin De Bruyne. But this instant, he decided to at least hold on to the ball, and ball out of play for a goal kick for Senegal.
And you can see it on the bench. Kevin De Bruyne, all of them, they are just watching on. At this time, those when he was in his peak, 2018, they were the people who were deciding the game.
And now you have to watch it from the stands, from the subs bench, and that's football for you. I mean, once you are past your peak, it becomes, unless you are a Ronaldo or a Lionel Messi, that you can be at the peak of your career for that long time. That's why we have to give, we will actually, debate about who is the best and Ronaldo is the best, Messi is the best, but these players, I think they deserve our respect for what they've given us for the last couple of years from 2006. Well, they were young in 2006, so maybe from 2008 when Ronaldo won his first Ballon d'Or to 2026. That's 18 years. You don't get it anywhere. Even the Ronaldinos, the Zinedine Zidanes, then get to play for that long.
Absolutely. And earlier on, I think Yuri Tillemans was trying to link up with his teammates at club side. Amadou Onana. The understanding is there, and this is where Senegal needs to be very careful because Amadou Onana knows, Tillemans knows the move. You get it. So and it would be nice for him to get a goal against Senegal. That is a huge for him. Now let's see if Senegal can stay intact in this game. Just 4 minutes, and we saw what happened in the normal 90 minutes. They lost focus. So I hope they keep their focus.
3 minutes left on the clock, and now Senegal are in danger of losing a 2-0 lead. The cross comes in from Morera, and now a chance for Luka Bakio by his shots. Canoes of the power.
I was just telling you, this is where they have to be very careful because look, again, last 3-4 minutes of the game, and look, you just look at the number of Senegal players just around. Why are you going back? You need to go and attack the guy. If you have to foul him outside the 18 yard, it's better than to allow them space into the penalty box for them to take the shot. Look back, you plenty of space, nobody marks him, but even him, how did he not score that goal?
That is weaker foot though. So you
bro, but then look at the positioning.
And where he was, you'd have fancied that he needed to.
I'm sure even this one Benji will score. I'm sure this one Benji will score.
He needed to hit at least the target.
I mean, in our local commentary, this always say,
he sent his efforts.
Oh my God.
It just made me remember those days I was playing football in my area.
Well, looks like they are looking at that foul on Tillemans from Kamara.
This is what you get from there. No, I think
yes, he kicked him.
A bit of touch.
He kicked him. He kicked him.
Yeah, once it's against Senegal.
I'm not sure they are good. They are.
Once against Senegal, there will be a check.
God.
There will be a check. But there was contact anyway.
There was contact, and if they are calling him, then it means.
But as to whether it was strong enough to cause
he actually
yes, but you see, yes, but in that moment when players are there and then you get
will be called for here.
Once
this will be cruel.
Once you get the touch, the player is more likely to fall.
AFCON
so
final.
Let's see the referee.
Oh, I think it's a bit looks like it's a bit soft.
It's a soft.
No.
Did he get him?
But you see,
he got him, but it's like the what was London landed at the back.
You know what? You will see the stress of the VAR very soon. Once it's against Senegal, those stress and stuff for you to believe that it should be a penalty. And you see, I don't like the game concluding in this manner. This should go to
an unfair decision has been called here. And referee Said Martinez is heading to the monitor.
Once it happens like
this, check for a possible penalty.
Stress and stress.
There, the contact.
You see this
Tillemans, the slight tackle came in from Kamara.
Angle is not right.
But Tillemans put his foot.
No. Bro,
just before Kamara.
You see where they started to this. You don't go back and let's see that angle.
They are
front.
Did he get him there?
He got him, yes, but the angle
there
clearly,
yes.
There was but you see, when it takes from there.
No, it wasn't. I believe he won't take it.
Yes, I think this is better. This is better.
You understand? So let's see this other angle. Maybe when the referee sees this angle, but the first angle.
But I think the trolling foot, the left foot, rather got him.
You see,
you see what they are doing. They are bringing it back to tell us that it should be a penalty.
Did this get him? Did it?
He got him, but I don't think it's strong enough.
Yeah, I'm sure the referee is telling them that He's not thinking. He doesn't think he should be
the
strong
more
enough.
he looks at
It got
the
him, but it's
more
not strong
he's
enough.
not really sure that's a penalty.
It's not strong enough.
He's not sure. I mean, if he was sure, he
and
he
look
would
at the
have-
number of people in the VAR room, about 4 of them, and that is all
Well,
they can see.
a decision is about to be made by referee
Hey,
Said
let's go to
Martinez.
penalty instead.
Oh,
I
God.
wish we go to penalty then.
Relay that information
Let's hope and see.
to the hearing of all the people at the stadium, the Lumen Field Stadium in Seattle.
Talking plenty.
It's not penalty.
What is he saying? After VR review, he points to the spot, and Belgium have a penalty right at the end of the game, and have the opportunity to break the hearts of the Senegalese fans. Exciting moments there.
Yeah, I told you. Once there's VAR for against Africans team, they are in a rush. They are in a rush to go and review it. They are in a rush. And you know what pains me most? When they go for the review, they only stress areas that will look like a possible penalty. They don't get to show the other side. They show us. You realize that there was a contact. You say it was light, but
direct,
it's
and then this side. But when it gives you behind, it clearly, it tells you clearly, like the plus. If it was just trying to land, it wasn't any intentions at all crossing serious way. The two angles weren't right.
Bro, unfortunately, the way you are moving your leg, you are not on the field of play. The referee will not see. Wow, the referee will not see this one. But you see, why did they go and review Ghana own against Croatia? When did they go and review that one?
It's a penalty.
Oh my goodness, man.
For Belgium.
He'll miss it. He'll miss it. You miss it, I'm sure.
And now,
fine, but this one.
Well, the African case looks like it was
Let's
strike
see. No,
four.
let's see. You beg.
No, it's not possible. It's
Let's
broken.
see.
I don't think he'll score. I don't think he'll score. I'm very
Belgium,
confident about
this
that.
is tough.
Have a chance to win the game right on the stroke of full time. Penalty for Belgium.
And you know what will happen if Senegal fails to take just like their phone final, then they should walk off.
Oh no.
But they cannot walk off. This is they cannot walk off.
This
was clear. Looks like Belgium have scored the penalty. Interesting stuff there. Last minute penalty from Belgium.
I think there's a bit of protestation, so it's taking too long for the penalty to be played. There, a bit of problems happening over there. I think that it's a bit weird that this beautiful game that we have played. I have said, and I'll continue to maintain that this game we have seen from Belgium and Senegal. Look, whoever wins is fair, but the game needs to end on a perfect note. Because look, the kind of game Belgium have also played in the second half till now, I think that it's not bad.
Yeah.
You understand? So if they win, I'm okay with it. But the game shouldn't end in this manner. It shouldn't be decided in the VAR room. It shouldn't be decided in the VAR room.
But I think once there is contact, you can't blame the referee.
Yes, you see, you give the referee the
opportunity to also do what he wants to do anyways.
So I think Tillemans is now going to
play the penalty.
Oh, and he's there.
He scored
fast. Belgium scores.
Well, Belgium looks like they've won the game right on the stroke of full time. The captain of the side, Tillemans, sends the penalty into the net. It's Belgium 3, Senegal 2. Belgium going from 2 goals down, and now they lead 3-2 Yuri Tillemans breaking the heart of the Senegalese. Just right at the death.
Very sad.
Crow on the side of, and oh, there was no way DR was saving that. There was no way, just in the top bends, there was no way Tillemans was saving that.
Look, Yuri Tillemans has been one of the most underrated Belgian midfielder. Look, I tell you what, right from 2018, if you watch this guy, he plays with his heart. Look at how he was, he confronted Leandro Trossard for trying to be, not forward thinking.
And the tears flowing down in the stands at the half of the Senegalese. What do they have in stock for the fans? A header comes in. Nicholas Jackson has been brought down. And Onana clears it. Sadio Mane watching on from the substitute bench. Diatta. Can Senegal also get the equalizer? Boss force at the face off. A shot comes in.
Why are you going to cut coconut? Which coconut is behind the pool?
I know.
This is emotional.
What a cruel way to exit the 2026 tournament. Senegal, they had it in their hands.
The way Belgium has played this game, I wish Ghana would meet Belgium, so that we'll show them. By some 14, we would have to play Colombia first. But Charlie, I just don't like the ending to this particular
What's
game.
happening to these African teams at the tournament?
We have more minutes now. Let's see. At least we've got some.
I'm not sure the number of minutes he added on, but we've played 7 minutes now and the play is still ongoing. That was a brilliant penalty from Tillemans. There was no way the goalkeeper DR was stopping that. And the fans in ecstasy. But Senegal are not giving up. Coming once again, trying to see if they can find themselves the equalizer. They once lead and now they chase the game. Senegal, can they get at least a chance to test the Courtois, Crepin Diatta, guiding his team on?
They can score.
And they can. There's a possibility, but
looks like a whistle. But still plays being continued here.
They are playing as if they are leading the game.
You see
what I was saying here. Cross the ball, England. You are crossing from all angles. Cross the ball.
Now Niakate. Kamara. Niakate once again driving forward. Can the cross come in? The cross does. Back force at the feet of Michel. And they'll clear. But Senegal once again gather the ball and attack. Moreira stops the run of Diatta.
Moreira deserves a yellow card.
And now Senegal have one last opportunity.
Oh, Charlie, fanboy.
They have the opportunity
Charlie.
to grab the equalizer here. Will the gods of football be at their mercy?
The gentleman himself, Crepin Diatta, just pops us on the screen.
Crepin Diatta sends one in. But Lukaku sends it away. Senegal come once again. There was 4 minutes of additional time, but we had almost 10 minutes of added time played. The cross comes in once again. Fails to find any player. Mbaye inside the box. Mbaye. And he takes on his marker. He does. Sends the cross in. But Thibaut Courtois grabs it and falls onto the ground. And I think that will be it. Tillemans calling for the whistle from the referee to end full-time proceedings here. But still play is being continued.
Yeah, because there were a bit of argument ahead of that penalty kick that was taken, so some time was wasted there.
Von Moreira, I think, has made a case for him to start the next game if they progress into the round of 16. Mbaye, this is the time for Senegal to do something. Senegal, another chance there. And handball, is that a penalty? No, at the edge of the D. Was he in the box? If his legs were in the box, that could have been a penalty. Onana. Well, he was just outside the D.
Oh man, this is
Just
a
inside
real
the D.
Luis Suarez. From this one there, from outside.
Just inside the D. Well, they have a chance. Who guessed to save
I think
Senegal?
I'm just thinking there could be a goal here. There could be a goal. But you know, I just want the game to end on a fair note. Let them go to penalties and let them.
There's no fairness in this one.
I mean, football is
There's no fairness.
Let them.
What a game this will be.
You know, I was rooting for Belgium. I said Belgium, but you know the way the game happened.
They have a chance. Just a very good kick here, and it will be all square.
I'm just praying one of the Belgian players will tip the ball home. No, that is more painful than the Senegal.
Courtois is into when it comes to, I mean, sets.
Saving sets to play with some power.
The wall has been set by Thibaut Courtois. Oh! And Pape Matassa blazes his efforts wall wide over the bar. The chance there goes back, and the referee blows the whistle to end proceedings here after 120 minutes. Belgium come out victor, beating Senegal by 3-2. Guys, another heartbreak for the African continent.
Yeah, for me, there is no much to say. I was very, very confident that Senegal will be able to see this game through, but it came with a caveat that all of us kept hammering on. That sort of mentality, I mean, mental fortitude to be in the game throughout, see the game off, is something that has killed the African sides. With the exception of Morocco, who were, I mean, able to stand it throughout. But I think the West African sides so far seem to have suffered from the lack of mental fortitude. And it came to play once again. I never expected that from this Senegalese side. I mean, you also how they took the game to Morocco in the AFCON final, how they fared in the matches that they played in the Mundial. I never expected them to, I mean, fall victim to such circumstances. But yes, that is football for you. Football is defined by moments. And this World Cup is a perfect example and reflection that it's defined by moments. And so the moment you fail to make it count, it comes back to hurt you. It's very, very unfortunate for the very young squad that they had a lot of prospects to go far and then do well in the tournament. But unfortunately, this is where the journey ends. Big ups to them, and then also all the best to them in their future endeavors. Sadio Mane, as Victor was saying, coming off in that moment, you wouldn't feel okay. But yes, that is football for you. But unfortunately, the plan didn't go as expected. For Belgium, I didn't give them a chance because of the kind of performance that they've put up. But it also tells you that the matches are also won by individual brilliance when it matters most. And I think Rudy Garcia deserves a huge applause for the substitutions that he effected. It's really, really changed the dynamics of the game. Because had he kept on De Bruyne, Doku, they would have, I mean, still be holding on to the ball and trying to. I mean, it takes them time to execute their plans in the game. But he brought on these players who came on. They were very direct. Lukaku too, his experience came to play, and that really, really helped them. I would say on the side coming from the side of Africa, it's a very, very, very painful and agonizing result to take, having taken the lead for that long. However, going forward, I think Belgium won it, and they deserve to win for that kind of character that they have, and then the Rudy Garcia's experience come into play.
Victor.
Yeah.
I mean, we had it at 2-0, 85th minute. It was. Do I say over? It was almost over. and all of a sudden Belgium at 2-1 were back in the game. Then just minutes after 2-2. And when it looked like it was even set for penalties, that would have been anybody's game because at penalties, anyone could have made, anyone could have scored. They go on to concede a late penalty to break the. That's what I've been calling. I mean,
look at the time Lukaku scored a goal, 85th minute, and under that minute they've been able to produce 3 goals after 85th minutes against this Senegal side. Oh, come on. You know, sometimes the African teams don't help the scripts
at all.
It's too bad. Too bad, too bad. And you know, for Belgium, I think that I'm not surprised. Again, when they finished third in 2018, everybody felt very sad for them because by far that was their golden generation that at least they should have won the World Cup. But they've got remnants of players still remaining, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne is in there, Lukaku and the rest. Courtois are around, and most of them, this may be their last tournament. And so I'm thinking they want to go very far. But for them, again, progressing in the tournament, they get to play tougher opponent. And I don't know if they got the quality to upset those opponents. But even their record against African side, so far, it is still Egypt and Morocco, the North African side, that have been able to hold them. Egypt at the group stages at this year's World Cup, G1-1 with them. Morocco beats them by 2-0 in Qatar 2022. In 2018, you know, they hammered the African whipping boys at the World Cup, Tunisia, by 5-2. And here they are defeating Senegal on the brinks of, you know, full time in extra time. I'm just sad for Africa. And when you look at the kind of the teams that are left for Africa this year's World Cup in terms of the knockout stages, Cape Verde plays against Egypt, against Argentina. In the knockout round, and I don't think that they are going to survive that. You look at Ghana, Colombia, you know,
maybe it's not even a bigger chance for Ghana.
It's not even a bigger chance for Ghana. The Colombia are highly favored in that game, but I'm just thinking that Coach Carlos Queiroz will use a bit of his experience to outweigh them. You know, the defensive experience. Yes. And you know,
at 88 minutes, all you needed to do was defend.
Yeah, defensive experience. And you know, our walkout song, you know, the one that Kofi Kinata played, you know, there's an element of prayer. Oja, maybe we'll have to send the Oja to the players at the camp. And, you know, the Black Stars will be playing for a bit of pride, especially for what happened this week in Ghana. The coach sent his message. I'm thinking that the boys will be playing for the loads of people who have lost their homes and lost their businesses. So I want to leave it there. You talk about Algeria themselves. I think they are in against Switzerland or one of them. They're not. That also is a very tricky game for the African position. So it's not just been very good.
We had 9 African teams, and so far it looks like we are left with 5.
Yeah.
Morocco are already in the last 16. There is Egypt, there is Algeria.
I think Egypt stands a very fair chance of getting New Zealand.
No, they play Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
And that's another 50-50 game, just like
And Senegal had a better chance of getting into the quarterfinal because they face either USA or Bosnia. USA faced Bosnia in the round of 32, and the winner would have faced either Senegal or Belgium. And now looks like even the nine it wasn't even needed to qualify because the next step they are all back in.
But I think
it's really
you can make a case.
No, it's needed because
it's really,
when you look at
really
it financial wise, if you advance,
from that,
and even making a case.
Future slot 9 teams and 9 the likes of you know the team that qualified, the likes of Quebec, the likes of DRC who have never played there before, back 52 years. You know, it's massive for Africa. But like I'm saying, Africa needs to provide clinical strikers. And again, when you watch this game, Africa is not bereft of creating chances. What we lack is a finishing quality of our strikers. Because in this Senegal team, with the kind of opportunity they've created, they should have got about 4 goals in this particular game. And I think that is our problem. Even Ghana will play or create a chance, and the likes of Antoine Semenyo will fluff all those opportunities. So it is about being technical at the end of the day. The reason I keep saying that these Europeans or these North Americans, they don't need so many chances. Just 1, 2, because they are very good. They'll bury them, and then we'll get back crying.
Let's talk about the game-changing moments. That will obviously be the penalty. Was it the right call from the referee, Ben?
You asked me. I don't.
Okay,
you asked
can
me.
go.
I'll say that it is 50-50. It's boiled down to the decision of the referee to either take it or not.
He could have said it was not. And
then there was contact, but the contact wasn't strong. But the VAR, the 4 people in the VAR room, look, they hugely influence the referee. You understand? And even at the point where the referee was watching it, they kept on communicating to him. And the angles they kept playing just tells you that they want you to be taken. So
yes, I think I side with him. It's what's at the discretion of the referee to determine. But I think the angles from what they showed us before the referee went to the monitor, the one that they give you the angle from behind, it clearly lets you see that even the player's foot landing, it wasn't something that had, much strength to influence such, because once the player is there and he feels a bit of a contact, the player falls down because he's in a very advantageous position to get a penalty. And so yes, I think the VAR you will blame them, but Senegal have got themselves to be blamed. 2-0 up after 80th minute, you couldn't defend. Then you just let everything down. So I think as we've said, it was a 50-50, but the referee made his decision.
Well, the African case, like I called it, striking once again. First, it was against DRC when they had it against England, but they fell at the last minute of the game. And Senegal, when they looked set to qualify to the round of 16, also chased the game at 3-2, and they were not able to book their place at the round of 16. Unfortunately, Senegal exits the competition, and they can't match their famous 2002 record they did when they advanced to the quarterfinals. And before we leave, let me acknowledge our sponsors that made this broadcast possible: Rush Energy, DSTV, Melcom, Kinori, Usulas Enterprise, Just Chinese, Milo, Furniture City, 369 Gym, Emmeline Logistics, Glyco, and Lizzie Shito. From everyone here at GhanaWeb, I would also like to wish Francis a happy birthday. Today is his birthday, so Francis, a happy birthday going out to you. From everyone at the production team and in studios, we say goodbye and let's meet again for another coverage.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious. Where are you?
Lizzie hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie
The Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito over
Lizzie Shito. Please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear. Ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Spicy.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risks like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola, locate the QR code on the label, scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up! Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious.
Lizzie Shito, hot pepper sauce, spicy. Bona yete, Lizzie, oh Lizzie. Lizzie Shito.
Lizzie Shito, the Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito, overfill.
Lizzie Shito, please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito dear, ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy and
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Spicy.
Glyco General Insurance provides non-life insurance solutions spanning across motor, fire and accident, marine, liability, bonds and guarantees, as well as specialty risk like agric, energy, oil and gas.
Bigo Cola is changing the game and giving away free cash. Introducing the Bigo Scan and Win promo. Your chance to enjoy great taste and win instant cash every day. Just buy a bottle of Bigo Cola, locate the QR code on the label, scan with your smartphone, watch the video and enter your details and stand a chance to win instant cash. No waiting, no stress, just real rewards instantly. From everyday refreshment to unexpected rewards, Bigo Cola is more than a drink, it's an experience. So what are you waiting for? Grab your Bigo Cola today, scan the code and win big.
Bigo, big on taste, refresh your vibes.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every game starts with pressure. The pressure to move faster, push harder, go further. On the pitch, every second matters, every sprint, every tackle, every chance. The world watches, but pressure doesn't stop me. It drives me. Because energy changes everything. The energy to keep moving, the energy to keep fighting, the energy to rise when the moment gets bigger. From the training ground to the world stage, I bring everything I've got. I don't wait for the moment, I create it with the energy that keeps me rising. Rush Energy Drink. Be bold, be you.
Drink responsibly. Not recommended for persons below 18, pregnant women and lactating mothers. This advert is FDA approved.